welcome to the Natural Havoc channel. We are a group of Twitch streamers that decided to play Dungeons & Dragons Go. So yeah, we play the D&D, we play 5th edition, we have homebrew rules thrown in, we make plenty of mistakes, we do silly things, we do great things, so I'm sure you're all going to love it. What I always forget to say at the beginning now is thank you for everyone that's here right now, you people right there, yeah, you people, and you future people. We got you. We know you're there. Thank you very much. But yeah, that is us. We have a very small announcement, I think, that this is technically the last session of the main campaign for the year. I know you're all extremely sad and upset, but we will be back, I promise, with the main campaign, but it will be in the new year. So this is the final session of this year. I don't know why this light keeps doing this, but I can't stop it now. It's too late. It's so powerful. Yeah, that's that. Next week, we are doing a Talking Havoc once again, which I believe Eagle is hosting. Brilliant, thank you. And I'm hoping a load of these beautiful people can be here. Unfortunately, I cannot, but I'll be in the chat. A little bit drunk, probably, but I'll be in the chat. Also, the week after next, we're going to be doing a Christmas one-shot, which should be loads of fun. It's going to be super silly, not like serious at all, and we're just going to have a blast with it. So hopefully that goes really well as well. Other than that, I think we're good to go. Anyone else got any announcements? No? Cool. Well then, let's go round the room. And I'm feeling a little bit silly today. So Zeb, take it away.
Oh no.
I did not expect that. Well, I'm Agent Zeb. I play Erhard. You find me over on Twitch. Again, I started again to stream today. I totally did. And yeah, we'll start again, continuing Monday and all that during the week. I'm done.
The other side of the screen, Eagle, take it away, go!
Hello everybody, how's everyone doing? It's you, Outlaw. And how's everyone going? Hello.
Awesome. And then, you know what? Let's just go in a random order. Creed, go.
That's not random. It is random. Hi guys, it's Guildmaster Creed. Come follow me on Twitch, blah blah blah. I play Mass Effect and Apex and 2K and Stardew and everything. Thanks.
And Smitty, go!
No pressure. I'm Smitty J. I stream on Twitch nearly every day. I'm still trying to get through the sword trials from Breath of the Wild. It hurts my heart every time I try. I also play Pokemon sometimes, and on Sunday fun collab with where is he? Over there, but like one up.
And Tim and Lan simultaneously go!
Oh my God.
Same time.
With Tim and
God.
Lan, we're a bit crazy sometimes. We tend to stream. Yes, very true. Yes, I'm Shion. I'm a bitch. Oh hell yeah!
Where can they find you?
Where do you exist?
I don't want to dox myself, but yeah, Team Logic and L.
And I'm the Onion Soup. I'm a little bit crazy sometimes. I've been a bit hyper all week, to be fair. I think having that week off really helped me just relax. But yeah, I'm the Onion Soup. You can find me doing oniony soup things on the Onion Soup on Twitch. Pretty mediocre. Yeah, that's about it. We play Pokemon and other things sometimes.
No.
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, so we're gonna get straight. I didn't miss anyone, right? I definitely said everyone.
No, you missed me totally.
No, I didn't. Don't give it Creed. But yeah, make sure you go follow Guildmaster Creed, because you know he does Apex
New emotes and stuff. That's
yeah,
fun.
he actually a load of us got new emotes as well, all from the same artist. So yeah, they're really cool. They're awesome. Yes. Recap. That's the next thing. Let's go. The session started with Ondros meeting a local who introduced themselves as Bartholomew Elderblossom. He informed him that he sells bows and arrows at his stall in the city. He also told Ondros, who's typing? Mute yourself. I can hear it. Yeah, he also told Andros that there is another Loxodon by the name of White Tusk in the city. Andros immediately sounded interested and gave the man a few coin for his information, and headed off saying that he would stop by his stall sometime. Meanwhile, the rest of the party continued talking with Yusuf, seeking additional info. The party decided to head to the Oaken Stag to finally settle down and figure out what to do from there. When they arrived, they saw a peculiar-looking barman behind the counter of the inn. This man was a furbolg who stood at 7 foot 8 inches tall, and gave the keys to the party for their rooms. After checking out their rooms and getting their stuff unpacked, they met in one of the other rooms and decided on a plan of action. Are we all good, Tim?
I think so, yeah.
Cool. Where was I? Sorry. Yeah, a short while after, the party left the tavern and headed towards the Tri-Spires in hopes to speak with Vargnash and deliver the satchel. They eventually arrived at the Tri-Spires to be stopped by 2 of the Vermilion Valkyries that denied them entry. After a short discussion, a turtle by the name of Tordust approached them as a representative of Vargnash to aid the party for delivering the satchel to them. After 2 castings of the sending spell, Tordust aided Shion and Andros in seeing their loved ones. Shion's dad was in mourning at what looked to be like a shrine to Shion's death. Anati was seen hunting alongside a group of Loxodon in the deserts. Shion also asked for a scroll of sending, with which Tordust agreed that he would have it delivered to her at the tavern. The party left saying their farewells to Tor and headed out, splitting up into the city. Shion and Contessa headed towards a herbalist with hopes of purchasing a few things, healing and poisons, while Maeve took some time to reflect and looked for peace within the city, finally finding it in the Divine Ward and seeking out the goddess Kalir. Arcturus took some time to study the Orb of Eternal Fire in the public library and found some information out, however was left slightly disappointed. He was informed that if he was wanted to discover more, he would try the Tri-Spires library. Andros and Erhard, however, set out to speak with some of the folks in the lower half of the city. They entered the Flint Ward, asking about the whereabouts of a particular jewel or gem. After speaking with White Tusk, the very large-set Loxodon male, and finding out that he has his fingers in many pies, they got themselves in very deep water, as Andros decided to try and lie multiple times to this gentleman. After insulting the tavern owner of the Brambled Boar, they swiftly exited and departed back into the city. As the group bought up wares, found out information, and those got into trouble and were followed, we pick back up where we left off last week's session. So let us, you know what, everyone here, everyone right here, why don't we roll a d20?
Oh, no.
Let's kick this off with a d20 roll, shall we? Every one of you. Pretty good rolls in all fairness.
If this was initiative, this would be terrible for me.
Yeah, it would. We're going to start with Shion. Shion, as you exited the herbalists, where would you like to go?
I think I'm just gonna go probably look for Contessa because I was with her and then she friggin' bounced.
That's a fair comment. Right. So yeah. So as you try to find Contessa, do you want to roll me a perception check, and I'll put you back on the map over here. There you go. Cool. As you wander the streets trying to find your companion, you look around and see many races all around you, but you know that Contessa is human, so you try to spot out the human features from within the crowd. Unfortunately to yourself, you realize that this city is predominantly human, and there are many figures in this town that look very similar to Contessa, albeit not wearing full plate armor, but from head heights you see that the hair of a similar sort of style to Contessa, and you stop a few people and realize it's not her, and then apologize for speaking to peasants on the street. But yeah, you find yourself in a bit of a crowd and lost.
Oh no.
What do you do?
What do I do? Well, there are so many peasants here. It's just horrendous. I guess I'm just gonna find somewhere that I can just sit, have a mango salad in peace, and they'll come find me.
Right, okay. So would you try and find a tavern of sorts?
Yeah, I
what
think
you're looking
so. Yeah. I guess since there's a lack of piazzas here, probably. I guess I'll go find the next best thing.
Are you planning on going back to the original tavern, which you know isn't too far, or are you looking for something a little different?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to. We had quite luxurious rooms there, right? So I think I'm gonna go back there. Yeah, I think I think I'm gonna wait around for a bit over there. And I mean, people are probably gonna come back anyway. So yeah, I guess I'll just go there and wait for everyone.
No worries. Yeah, so you start making your way back towards the tavern, really seeing the hustle and bustle of the city, which something you're probably not very used to, being from where you are in Sartusa. The second level of Sartusa is not as chaotic as this city right here. So you imagine this to be very similar to maybe the base layer of Sartusa, and yeah, that's for common folk. That's not for a lady such as yourself.
Exactly. So yeah, I guess I'll just find the most luxurious thing I can possibly find, and wait for everyone there, because everyone said they was going to come back anyway.
Brilliant. Yeah. So Shion starts heading back towards the tavern. Who rolled the second highest? I believe it was Andros. Andros, you are currently in the form of a what do we say it was? A Minotaur, I believe. Yeah, you're currently in the form of a Minotaur. So as you are walking through the streets in your new disguised magical form, where are you heading? You've lost sight of Erhard in the crowds.
After realizing Erhard slipped away, most definitely, Andros is gonna very quickly, because he only has he doesn't know how long this thing lasts for him. He doesn't know how long he's gonna be able to keep this disguise up. So he just wants to really quickly get back to the tavern, get out the streets, and then just kind of lay low, wait for everyone else to show up, and kind of start thinking, put his head together about thinking about what is going on entirely in the city. He's definitely in a spot right now where he knows he's definitely caused some trouble, but I think right now he's more focused on the objective more than the trouble. You're muted.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you.
Thank you. You start heading on to the tavern as well in your new Minotaur disguise. As you start making your way through the streets, people give you a slightly wider berth because you are a more exotic, larger race than others. But yeah, you definitely feel that people aren't looking at you in disgust or anything like that. They just seem to... They realize that you're a big presence, so they're giving you a bit of space. But yeah, as you walk through... Are you focusing on looking for Erhard and getting to the tavern, or are you trying to maybe, I don't know, spot if there's any figures still following you?
He's definitely looking around, make sure no one's following him, make sure there's nothing around him, or if he does see Erhard, cool, but he doesn't want to draw attention to himself, especially the figure somehow is still on him, or anything like that. So he just wants to play it very safe.
Sure, roll me a perception check then, as you're trying to keep it a little sly, but you're also trying to make sure that you're not being tailed.
Yeah.
Yes, I would say after you start walking down the street, honestly, like maybe 2 minutes later from when you saw that gentleman go in the alley and you came out of it, You turn back to glance and you see a figure walk out of the alley, hood up, the same dark assuming figure. However, they do turn and walk back the way that you came. Because you got a 23, you got a very high roll.
Ross is he's really relieved right now, but he just knows this is gonna come back later. So he's just trying to think like how he should play this and how he should go about this ordeal. But right now he's still focused on getting back to the tavern. He's gonna let things settle, recollect his thoughts, and then just again his focus is on we need to find the objective and get out of the city. So he's really focused on the main goal of why they're here.
Brilliant. And we will then cut to we'll go with Arcturus. We'll go to you next.
Hey.
What are you doing? Where are you heading off? You've just left the public library?
Well, actually, I'm not at the library. I went for the store.
You've just left the florist because you bought your plant pot. Yes,
Exactly.
that's correct.
So I'm there walking around with my plant pot. Imagine a big blue Vidalcan with a plant pot. Oaken, by the way. It's an oaken plant pot. And I am on my way to the tavern where we came from.
So you're also heading back to the tavern.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to wait for my appointment with it in Trispires. So tomorrow. So I'm gonna head back to the tavern.
Why don't you roll me a perception check as well as you're walking through the Silver Ward?
Let me see.
Arcturus, following suit with his companion, you start browsing the window shopping per se. You're looking through, you find a little bookshop, and you're like, oh, this looks pretty cool. You get a little turned around, and your sense of direction goes a little askew. You end up wandering through the Silver Ward for about another 20 or so minutes more than you should have been, as you start going down alleyways thinking that they're cut-throughs and ending up in someone's backyard, and it's very awkward. You get very lost in the city, and eventually someone points out the right direction for you, and you thank them and be on your way as you also start heading towards the tavern. Let's cut over to Maeve. Maeve, what are you up to?
I was just heading out of the temple and also going back to the tavern.
Nice.
So I guess I'm on my way.
Sure, why don't you roll me a perception check as well as you're walking through the city streets? A natural 20 for a 23. As you are walking through the streets, you notice that a small little bird is following along. Keeping a slight distance in the air, but you can definitely see that a small familiar friend seems to be following you. And just as this happens, you see just ahead of you the most peculiar sight, but recognizable. You see in this crowd of people apples being juggled.
Right. I guess my instinct is telling me that I might know this person, and I'm gonna go over and see if it is who I think it is.
Yeah, and as you start making your way, you notice the bird does still keep a distance, probably about 20-25 foot in the air above you, but it is just flying behind, seeing where you're going, and every now and then it perches on a roof, lets you walk, and then flies by again, just to follow you, it seems to be. And yeah, you bump into the only man in the city currently juggling apples. As Ahad, why don't you roll me a perception check? Let's see if you spot Maeve as well. Yeah, you, it takes you some time, but you do a flourish with an apple and look over your shoulder, and as you do, you see Maeve and Socks coming up behind you.
There goes my chance for freedom. Well, I was gonna go to the library, but I guess I'm gonna... let the apples fall into my sleeve and turn around to say hi to Maeve.
Hey, Ahad. Where did Andros go? Did you guys go together?
Well, he was talking to his Loxodon friend, but I don't think
he
that
found
friend...
it. Was it his family?
No, It doesn't seem like it. I don't think they're friends anymore. We left rather quickly.
I don't understand. He's always wanting to find them, but then he finds one, and then this happens.
I don't know. He told me to go quickly to find the rest of us, and then he disappeared. So I was gonna go to the library because that seems interesting.
Where's the library?
I think it's just across the street, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. If I come with you,
Sure.
can you tell me what it says? Because I can't really read.
Surely.
Okay. I'll come with you. I mean, can you teach me how to read? Not now,
Sure.
but like on the way.
I'm sure we'll figure it out. Just watch that Socks doesn't eat the books because they kind of look like leaves sometimes. So
Ah, yeah. Well, I mean, like, I'll try. I'll try. I can't make no promises, you know.
so yeah, we would like to.
Yeah,
Go
so
to
the
the
pair of you
library.
towards the public library, the one
Yes.
yeah, not a problem. So the pair of you start heading off towards the public library. We'll come back to you two in just a second as you're walking through the streets, and then finally, Contessa, I believe you were heading towards a blacksmith's.
Yeah, the crystal one.
The Crystal Anvil, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
Let me just grab my notes for you. Yeah, as you you do arrive, not this one. God damn it, why did I put so many blacksmiths in? Here we go. Yeah, so as you arrive at the blacksmith's, you see out front a sign with what looks to be like a crystal anvil hanging from a chain. And yeah, as you approach, you look inside to see. I would say from this point of view, you can see that there is one figure currently in there at the forge, and he looks rather familiar in that he is also a furbolg.
Yeah.
Same as the barkeep. And yeah, as you approach, you can see that there's currently only one other customer in there at the moment. It looks to be a human man, and he just seems to be browsing some of the spears and the swords that are on display at the moment. But yeah, you walk on in, and as you do, the bell jingles as you walk in, and yeah, you see around you, it's quite warm in here. Clearly from the forge's heat, it is letting off quite a bit. But yeah, you see this gentleman hammering away a blade across an actual crystal anvil, and you also see, yeah, this human man browsing the wares.
I'm going to go straight up to the counter,
Yeah.
I suppose, and I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
there's a
ask,
counter between, yeah.
I'm just gonna wave the furbog down.
Yeah, and you see he finishes hammering and he puts the blade into a bucket and the steam starts to rise off as the gentleman stands up, and as he does, you see a 7'9" furbolg man who is. He's wearing like a quite a thick leather apron, and you can see that he's sweating quite a bit. And he takes some gloves off, puts them on the side, and he walks on over to the counter, and he's just like, "Well, howdy there, friend."
I was wondering what particular things do you sell here? Do you have any specialties?
Well, we have the top shelf stuff. Are you a woman of coin, perhaps?
I'm more middle ground. I was maybe going to see if you had any ironwood stuff.
Oh no, you'd be better off going to the Fletchers for the ironwood. I myself prioritize in metals.
Right. So what like say if I wanted an ironwood shield, a Fletcher probably wouldn't have that, right?
The Fletcher in town, the woodworkers, sticks and staves. They do also sell shields, but they are wooden shields, and they make them from ironwood. I myself, we make regular iron shields, as well as the top shelf lithium shields.
Lithium? How much would those be?
Well, you see, we have a limited supply currently. One of my generous customers brought some lithium to me. and they allowed me to use it however I please, but it's a costly price. I currently have enough ingots to make one full set of armor, or a weapon and a shield.
How much would a full set of armor? I know I can't afford a full set of armor, but like at some point.
What sort of armor would you like there?
Full plate.
Full plate? That'd cost you around about 2,750 gold pieces.
Understandable.
But it is it's the lightest metal you'll find that still keeps you strong.
It's understandable. As a side question as well, do you know any person that would particularly buy monster stuff, like say like silk and feathers kind of thing?
Oh, as in parts of a beast that you may harvest?
Yes.
Well, hides and such things I can work on myself. I'd be able to work it into some of the metals to maybe, I don't know, you hear of these dragons?
Yeah.
Well, if you manage to get me some scales from a dragon, I could probably infuse it into some of my works and make some dragon-like armor. Due to bringing the materials yourself, I'd give a discount too.
Interesting.
I'd love to work on something as exciting as that.
I will. You know what? I will consider that. If I ever slay, on my travels, just see a random dragon, I'll just smite it. It's fine.
I'm sure you will.
You know what? Thank you for that. Obviously things are a little bit too pricey for me right now, but like it's good to have these info for the future.
Oh, no worries. The name's Grennan. If you're ever in town, pop by.
Brennan, I will remember that.
Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, miss.
Yes, the name's Contessa, by the way.
Ah, pleasure.
And I'm just gonna...
yeah, as you go to leave, you see the gentleman pick up a great sword, and he walks over to the counter and he puts it down, and you can see them making an exchange for the weapon.
I was going to go head to the magic shop next.
Right, okay. Let me find it 1 second. You know what? We will cut back to you in just a second.
That's fine.
As you leave, you leave the blacksmiths, and we will cut to the tavern. As I believe Shion and Arcturus, the pair of you arrive at a relatively similar time. I'd say that as one enters and you start looking around, maybe you go to order a drink, the other arrives. So yeah, the pair of you are now inside the tavern.
Well, did you find anything?
Unfortunately, I found nothing on the orb. I really need to go through the tri-spires for that. So bad luck. Another try tomorrow.
I thought as much. I am just going to wait until they come with the scroll. I really need to send my family. Send a word to my family. I'm pretty sure that as soon as we get some help, things will be a lot easier.
What help could they possibly offer? Because we don't have any clue where the orb might be.
What about an army?
We do need an army to find the orb.
Well, they can search places. They can help. I mean, we don't know these mercenaries that might have taken the orb. They might be very numerous, and we can, we might need the help. Strong as we might be.
Well, fair enough. We are strong, but we can use any help we can get. So yeah, let's hope it's worthwhile, because there's not many scrolls around here. And other than that, by the way, Shion, I bought you a present. I hope you like it.
A present?
A present, and I hand her over the oaken pot I have, and it might surprise you, but it's oak, and I hear you like that.
Marvelous, darling. This would look absolutely fabulous in our atrium.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it would look quite nicely near the waterfall.
I thought so. So here you go.
Thank you. And I'm like, yes.
What are the pair of you doing now? Now that you're back at the Oaken Stag.
So what are your plans? Do you want to wait for the others?
Well, for now, I don't have any stuff I can do. Because I have to wait for tomorrow morning to go to the Tri-Spire Library to find more about the orb. So until then, anything's up?
Yes, I suppose I'll have to wait for the scroll. I mean, it was supposed to be delivered here, right? Or do these people have sufficient magic that they would be able to find me wherever I go? In which case, I might leave, but...
Well, in the bad things of the situation, we can also head to the other inn where we can find the little turtle guy. But yeah.
But that wasn't until nightfall, right?
Exactly.
I don't know what time it is now. It's not nightfall yet, no.
No, not quite. It's probably about 4 p.m.
Yeah,
So it's getting there, but you've got a few hours until... You reckon it's probably like 6 plus that he'd be free. He did say evenings.
Yeah, I guess we'll have some of this, like, a meal probably, something that would serve for a meal. I mean, it's still not the fare that I'm used to, but I guess it'll do.
Well, it's better than bread, so... And at least we're in the best in the city. With a tap from our friend, right?
Oh yes, free food. I suppose it'll have to do.
Free food is the best, so let's take some.
So I guess we'll just stay here until like at least 6, and then we can go out again.
Sure. So are you ordering stuff saying it's on Felix's tab?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, you guys get some drinks, you get some foods, and you drop the Felix Featherstone name, and they make a note of it in a journal, and that they walk out the back. And I would say just as your meals arrive, what sort of meals would the pair of you have ordered? What snacks, what foods would you have asked for?
I suppose I would go for something light because I can't stand the heavy fare of like potatoes and pies and everything. So it would just probably be something light, like maybe something I'm used to, like a salad, maybe something like that.
Yeah, I would say
with wine. Or
maybe you asked for like a mango salad.
Yes.
They were like, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry, we don't have mangoes," but they made something up for you, which is not
just
as good.
Yeah,
it's not as good, but it's okay. It's okay. It passes. And yeah, they bring out some wine for you. And Arcturus, what would you ask for?
I would like to ask for some fish.
Yeah. Yeah, they get a nice piece of salmon, and they cook it real nice for you on a salad bed as well, and they bring that out for you. And would you have wine, or would you have like an ale or something like that?
Well, considering alcohol and Arcturus is not a good combination, I would prefer something light as well. They
bring fresh spring water out for you in a decanter with a couple of glasses.
Splendid, very safe, very safe.
And I would say about this time, just as you guys are relaxing, digging into this meal, having some wine, some very fresh water, you both notice Andros coming through the door. Oh wait, no.
It's not Andros,
No.
right?
You see
He's still in his disguise.
How tall were you? How tall did you say you
It'd
were?
be a 6'8". No, it's about 6'8".
6'8" Minotaur come looking through walking through the doors, and I would say, Andros, what are you doing then? As you walk through these doors, you see Shion and Arcturus at this table.
Andros is gonna walk directly to Arcturus. He's gonna tap on his shoulder and just go, "There's an elephant in the room," and just hope he understands what he's getting at with this statement.
Obviously I'm eating my fish, so I'm getting disturbed while eating my food. I take a look, I look up, and I'm like, but then I see what he means, and I just give him the nod, like not acknowledge him that it is Andros, but I know who you are.
And Andros is gonna hope that he knows that he's about to go to the room, and Andros is gonna make a beeline to his room, and then he's gonna once he gets inside the room, he's gonna drop his disguise and just wait. He's gonna hope that Arcturus and would just come up there, maybe make a meet with him, and hope that he knows it's urgent.
Friend of yours.
Well, I still need to have my food first, so I'll be up in a minute.
Yeah, so you take a little bit of time, finish up your meal, finish your lovely, refreshing water and wine, and I would say a good five or so minutes pass. Andros, you're probably sat there a little impatient at this point because you've asked him to come up. You're kind of like tapping your foot like you do when you're like, God damn it, how much longer are they gonna take? And then Arcturus, do you go up? Shion, do you accompany him, or is it just you, Arcturus?
I don't know what the hell went on there.
I think Shion is like, what is he meeting up with that weird dude?
You do you, darling.
Yeah, so I guess I go up.
I mean, if you'd explain it.
No, because I know at the look of his eyes that it's urgent and that something happening, and we shouldn't be suspicious. So
I'll just sit then.
Yeah. With your flower pot.
Yeah, as Shion enjoys the rest of a bottle of wine downstairs with her plant pot, Arcturus, you head on up and go to Andros's room. And Andros, you hear a knock at the door.
Andros is gonna open the door and just kind of like get Arcturus in the room as quickly as possible, and shut the door and lock it, like just very quickly. And he looks very anxious at the moment. Like he's very nervous.
Well, to enlighten the mood, Arcturus is like doing that snarky joking, like fun. Oh, you don't have the patience to wait, my dude.
Not at the moment, because this could be affecting all of us.
You seem shocked. What happened?
First of all, let me just ask you, did you find anything out about, where'd you go? You went to the library, right?
Yes, I have.
Did you learn anything cool, interesting before I, complain?
Unfortunately not.
Great.
Other than that basic stuff we already knew. So if we want to go any further, I have to go to the library in the Tri-Spire section. Which is tomorrow.
What do you mean? Why do you need to go to the Tri-Spires?
Apparently the information we seek about the orb is only stored inside the library from the Tri-Spire.
Huh.
So thanks to our friends from yesterday, one of us could join onto the area.
So the only information about an orb is found in the spires?
Apparently, yes. And it's still a hunch. We don't know it's for sure, but if there's any information, we should be finding it in the Tri-Spire.
Right. Okay. Okay, let me just put this out there real quick. So I met up with the White Tusk, the Loxodon guy. I don't know him at all, but what I did find out is that there's some groups in this city that if you pay them the right, I guess, type of money, as far as I know, they will go get things for you. As far as what I've learned.
Okay.
I think, though, that group heard my conversation with this Loxodon, and they followed me. Well, attempted to. I lost them, of course, but they attempted to come after me and Erhard. I got Erhard out. Don't worry. He's gone. He definitely...
Is he gone?
No, not gone as in that. I meant, listen, so the situation was weird. What it sounds like was they were only chasing me. So I sent Erhard up ahead so he can get away, and then I'll lose the dude following us. So Erhard's fine. He went on ahead to find the others. I'm not entirely sure who else is still out there, but I'm sure by now he knows where everyone else went. So he definitely found somebody, right? But other than that, I think we might have some issues on our hands with this, what happened there.
So, what did exactly happen?
funny you asked that. So what happened was I asked this guy, I was trying to get some information because lockdown, right? And I was like, hey, do you know, like, I mean, can you tell me a little bit about the city, maybe some of the underground stuff, give me some information. And he goes on to tell me about this group that if we wanted to obtain an item, we could go to this group, right? Which is very interesting, right? I don't know if there's multiple groups like that in the city, but I just know of that one now. I can tell you the name actually. Go to page one here. The requisition. The requisition. And then there's another person called Winters, a white tabaxi, that this person also apparently deals in some dealings of obtaining stuff here and there. Wait, so let's go back to what you said. You said the information about the orb is only found in the spires?
That's what they said in the library.
What? Why?
Because apparently it's a magical item, and magical information is stored in the magical library from the Tri-Spires.
This is so weird.
What's weird about it? It's very plain. It's a magical object, and it's set in the Tri-Spire library.
No. Think about this. So I've been thinking about the group that came and actually went for the orb, right? The group, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, they didn't look like the magical type of people, right? If you remember who we fought, right? They didn't seem like a magical group of people, right? So it's safe to assume, if we're going off your knowledge, that the information about the orb is only found in the Tri-Spire, where all the mages are learning magic, right?
That's what mages do. They do learn magic.
Right, exactly. So think about this. So I don't know. It's weird to me that somehow this group that doesn't really, from what we saw, or at least what I fought, right, back in the week ago, they didn't seem to be dealing much with magic, okay? But I don't know if you're connecting what I'm connecting here, right? But I think that the people who want the orb have probably something to do with the spires. At least they're mage students, or they're there to learn about magic, and maybe they came across these stuff about the orb.
Well, if you consider that, there is a very small chance that that's happening. But
right.
We don't know where the orb is. The orb may be in Archonville, but it might not be in Archonville as well. So
yeah,
the only information we have is it passed Archonville, and that's it. Now we are here.
Right.
And if we want any information about the orb, not its whereabouts, but information where it came from, what is it doing, what are the powers of the, what is the history, then we can find that in the library from the Tri-Spires.
Right.
And I'm not saying the mages in the Tri-Spires are having anything to do with it. It might. It's a small chance.
Right. So I don't know, it's just weird though, right? So if this information is not very public, because it's not in the library, like the very public place, they kept it in some mage school. Which
is pretty logical when you...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though, right? So if you think about it, the only people who have access to information is the people who attended the school. You see Octar's like his eyebrows raised. He's like very puzzled by what Don Ross is saying. So it's like what? The Tri-Spire is a school for mages, right?
Yes, it is. That's what mages do.
About the orb is only found in the city in the Tri-Spire, right?
Yes.
We know that the people who came and took the orb, for at least the information I heard from y'all, or whatever the fuck, is that they went towards Archonville, right? The city that has the information about the orb, the item we seek, in the Tri-Spire.
But where do you draw the conclusion that the information or the whereabouts of the orb is found inside the Tri-Spires?
What I'm saying is that what's stopping us from thinking that this Tri-Spire doesn't have the orb?
Well, probably the Tri-Spire doesn't have the orb.
But how do we know that?
We don't. And
exactly.
That's why I'm going there tomorrow.
Okay, great. That's what I'm trying to get at, right?
But you already knew that because we already said we would when we met the other
what
guy.
I'm saying is, the bottom line is that we know the information's in the spires, okay?
We
What
hope.
I'm saying
We hope
is
the information is in
I
spires.
don't think the route I was going with talking to the people, the groups or these the group I found today, requisition. I don't think they're gonna give us any information about the orb or any sort of information where the whereabouts of this item is. I think that's a dead end. I don't think they're gonna do anything for us. I think we have more problems now than we did without talking to them.
Oh, it's the only clue we have, unless we go for a more darker approach, which I don't think.
What's a darker approach?
Well, like you said before, where you went was a group of people that gets you stuff with payment.
Right.
I don't think it's a good idea to send those people after the orb we seek.
No one's wanting to do that. What?
So the only option we do have is go to the library and look every bit of information we can find on the orb and possibly how to summon or where to find it. There should be any connection in this world with the orb. So the best hunch we have now is going through that library,
Yeah.
read every book I can find on the orb, and hope I can understand the connection of whereabouts and who wants it and what it does.
Yeah. I just think that the angle that I was going for is not going to work at all. I think that angle is totally bad. It just sounds like we have more issues now with them than we have found information.
And is that thanks to you, Andros?
We could point fingers at people, or we can just agree that our information's in the Tri-Spire, and that's, honestly what we should be looking at next, right?
Andros, I'm asking you once again. Is this your doing?
I don't want you asking me questions I don't want to answer right now, okay?
Are
Listen,
you,
let's be honest here.
Are you not
Let's be honest
jeopardizing
here.
this expedition?
Jeopardizing? No.
Arcturus, would you like to roll me an insight check, please?
Yes.
And Donrush, do you want to roll a deception just to see if you can hide your emotions and your true feelings? Because Arcturus is asking a lot of probing questions right now. Let's have a look.
Like probing questions, haha.
Shoot.
Shoot.
No, unfortunately, unfortunately, Arcturus, he seems so he just seems so focused and you don't know if it's just the tone of voice that he's portraying, but you've heard him like this before, all about the Ashriel stuff. He's very similar to that. Although he does seem guarded, why wouldn't you trust him?
I trust you now, but don't misuse that trust, Andros.
Look, all I gotta say is let me try to deal with getting the one group of people off our backs, and you just focus on getting the information about the orb, which is the main reason why we're here.
For now, it is.
Because I'm just saying, I have a feeling that the orb is in the city, and I feel like it has something to do with the Tri-Spires. That is the only information I think I can give you at this point.
If
That
there
is
is
my idea.
If that is true, then we'll probably find something tomorrow, probably. But for now, we don't know. And the only thing we should avoid by any means necessary is getting the troop we have in danger. We have to keep them safe.
Wait,
Because
what did you say? Wait.
We
say
have
that
to keep
again?
the others safe.
Right. Okay. Well, we're after some magical item. I don't think we're gonna be able to entirely keep everyone safe.
True. But we have to keep them
I
safe
think
from
trouble
others.
is right. I agree with you there. So here's what I think then, if we're going on that logic, is I will only talk to you guys in the room. Other than that, I'll keep my distance. And tomorrow when you guys go to the Tri-Spires, I will go a whole different route.
Are you keeping up the the shape-shifting thing when we are here, or is it too hard to cast?
I'll say this. That only lasts. I don't think it lasts as long as I hope it could, or I would. But you know, one point or another, they're gonna know where I'm at. I mean, if they really want to know where I'm at, they're gonna find me. I mean, there's only 2 Loxodons as far as I know in the city, and I'm one half of it.
Yeah,
So,
you are pretty visible.
right. So I will say this: I will take the bite on that, and I will handle it myself. Not get you guys wrapped up in my crap. And you guys focus on the main objective.
We will, but make sure to be careful. We don't want to lose you again.
You know, I feel like if you guys lost me, it would only help you guys out at this point.
We beg to differ.
I don't know about that yet, but you know, I thank you for the words.
Let's for now agree to disagree on that matter.
We sure, that's fine.
Yeah. So, is there anything we can get you since you're staying up here?
You know, how about can you just Androx's gonna pull out 3 silver. He's gonna hand it off to Arcturus. He's gonna go, yeah, I would like a drink if you don't mind, if you aren't bothered by it.
Yeah, no worries, and keep the money. We try to use it on Felix tab.
Gotcha. I'll remember that.
If it doesn't work, we still have to pay, but hey, at least we can try.
Yeah. I agree with you there.
Yeah, I head down and I get our Loxodon friend a drink.
As soon as he leaves, Andros is gonna use his other ability that he has. He's gonna use, where's it at? He's gonna use invisibility, and then he's gonna get out of the room and sneak out of the tavern.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you planning on going?
Andros is gonna sneak. He's actually gonna stealth towards the tavern where he just had the issues, and he's just gonna try to keep his invisibility on as long as he can, and just try to gather some information on the tavern itself. See who walks in, take note of who walks in, who walks out, stuff like that.
I will say, the distance between your tavern and the other tavern, if you cut through the Flint Ward, it's about a good, fast pace of traveling solo, 20-25 minute walk. It's a big city.
How long
it's
does
not
invisibility last?
I think an hour.
An hour.
So it will get you there, but it might not get you back.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying.
So he will. Onros is gonna try to stealthily then sneak out of the tavern, and then as he gets closer to the tavern, he's then gonna use invisibility.
Are you wanting to go out through the balcony, or are you wanting to go down the stairs? Because there's a balcony to every single room.
Yeah, he will try to use the balcony.
Sure, I need a stealth check from you then, please, sir.
Sure, this is great.
Okay. As you sneakily traverse and scale the side of the building, as you get down to the floor, bear in mind you were on the top floor as well, but you managed to scale all the way down, going from balcony to balcony, and yeah, you managed to hide off into the Flint Ward, and we will cut over to Erhard and Maeve, the pair of you, where you're going to the public library.
Yes.
As you arrive, you see a gentleman putting a cat into a separate room and shutting the door. As he then comes up to the counter and he's like, "Oh, hello there.
Hello, good
Is
sir.
there anything in particular you're looking for?
Books. But jokes
We
aside,
have those.
I'm looking for books on like magical places like the Feywild.
Another one. Really, you should go to the Tri-Spire libraries. They have many books on magics there. Here, it's a public library. We do not contain as much detailed information.
Do you
Well, anything on history?
Plenty on history, yes.
Well, any, like, I don't know, special history?
Define special history. Would you like to know about the Illuminated's fight against the darkness?
No.
Well, that's quite special, and it's history.
All right. How about other things? Wait, you.
What about you,
We
young
have-
girl?
Yeah. Do you have any books about Kalia?
We have a few religious tomes, yes, but you would find probably the most detailed reports within the temples themselves of the gods. In the Divine Ward, to the south of town.
Right. Yeah, I just came from there.
Oh,
I was just wondering if you had anything I could take with or buy that is about Kalia specifically, or
we do not sell books here. It's more of a find it and read it here, and you can check it out if you're a public citizen of the city, but you need to have an identification card for such a thing.
how long would it take to learn how to read?
Excuse me?
I'm still learning how to read.
From
How
like
long would it-
scratch, or like, do you know the alphabet?
Yeah, I remember the melody to it, but it's been like, I don't know. I've not been to school for like 15
Oh.
years, I don't really remember. I know
Right.
A, B, G,
Nope.
D, F,
Nope.
H. Oh,
Nope.
okay. Well,
Almost.
Yes. Close. Mm-hmm.
that's why I thought maybe I could buy a book, take it with me for on the road.
Well,
We have children's stories.
yes. Let me fetch one of the stories that
About elves.
isn't checked out very much because it's a kid's book. It's usually just for when people bring their children here. To pass the time, I'm sure the library won't miss it. And he wanders off to one of the shelves a little bit further away, and he pulls one out and he kind of brushes the dust off of it. And it is about a tiny gnome traveling the woods. And he puts it down, and it's called Twinkle Steps. And he puts it down, slides it across to you, and he says, "Maybe this will help with the reading."
Oh, Ehad, look, it looks a little bit like the little guy that we met on the road. You see?
Yeah. Not sure if it's about him though.
No,
It didn't
I
seem
know.
nice.
But okay,
This
but
book,
how much?
you can take it, dear. It's one of the books that doesn't get rented out very much or used at all. It's quite dated, you see.
But no. Okay, look, sir, I'm learning.
We have a donation box here if you wish to donate. It's to the animal cat shelter. I take in wild cats from the streets of Arkenvale.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yes,
Goes
I
towards
will.
their food.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, I will grab my money, my coins that I'm still not sure of how much is how much, and I will just give him 12 gold.
Oh my! What a generous donation.
Is it?
Well, yes.
And I had just facepalm. Thank you.
Here, take another. And he goes and gets another book off the shelf.
Oh, thank you. Was that
Called The Fox and Badger. And it's about a fox and a badger. And he passes you. It's another kid's book.
Okay. Thank you.
By all means, come by any time.
Yeah.
So you don't have any books containing anything,
Well,
I don't know, about
we have many books containing many things.
magical history, or I don't know, maybe some descriptions of practitioners or something, the way they do things.
Primarily, arcanic rituals and such about transportation and all of that sort of thing, and magical usage would be found in the Tri-Spires. They do not wish for these books to be lying about for unpracticed folk, and you never know, a small child could get their hands on this, an educated one, and accidentally cast a fireball in their mother's living room, and, well, that could be quite the disaster.
But any like a small collection you have?
We do have some books on the elemental planes, as well as a very brief delve into the Feywild as well within that book. But it really isn't much. It's just more descriptive and narrative of what people's sightings were, as opposed to actual means of traveling there. More like a story, I would say.
Well, how big is that book? Like,
Well, it contains the elemental planes, the Feywild, and the astral plane within it. But again, it's quite brief.
well, it's a start, and I don't really have access to the Spire at the moment.
Right. Well, by all means. Unfortunately, I cannot let you take this book,
Sure.
so you would have to read it here.
Do you have a corner I can sit for?
There are
bit-
many tables, as he gestures behind him. Like
I'm gonna
the
poke Erhard and whisper like he's gonna. Are you gonna come down to me? Tell him you can't read. Tell him you can't read, Erhard. Tell him you can't read.
I'm fine.
What?
All good.
It
Oh.
worked though. I didn't even lie, but it worked.
It's for learning. You know.
Work?
It's all right. It's all right. We'll just sit over here.
Sorry, I can't quite hear sometimes. The old age.
We'll just drop him two silver in his donation box and just go and read over
very
there.
generous, thank you. And he opens up a door, and you just see like 10 cats in this room as he walks in and shuts the door behind him.
Is the bird still following me? Or is it like? Did I notice anything?
Once you got inside, you have lost sight of the bird.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Are you gonna read this book here, Erhard?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a short little look at it. What's in it, and if there's anything that's interesting.
Okay.
Just flip through it, and I mean, you can look at your books, and if you want any pointers on stuff, I'm sure I can look over your shoulder.
I mean, I think if I would ask you what it says, you wouldn't be reading your own book at all. So
I'm sure it's simple enough.
I'll take my books with me. I can look at them later, and I'll leave you to read, because otherwise I'll just be bothering you. And then I'll go back to the tavern. I'll see you there.
Sure, we'll see you there.
Okay.
So you're heading back to the tavern, and Erhard, you're going to read. Erhard, why don't you roll me let's go with an investigation check as you try to uncover the secrets of this book, whatever it may be. And I would say you spend about an hour here, Erhard.
Can I have my lucky roll here?
Sure, yeah, you did take lucky. But yeah, go for it.
So I reduce my luck counter by 1, right?
Yes, and then roll roll one more time.
Investigate.
And
right?
then you can choose between the two.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're going to choose the 21, obviously?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, and at first, you start reading through the book, and you start going through the beginning, and it starts talking about the elemental planes. It starts talking about the air elemental plane, earth, fire, water, and all those different things. And you get a little stuck. You start reading it and trying to understand a little bit better about it, but you then notice that at the top, one of the pages is bent over slightly, and this infuriates you. You're a man of literature. You like to read and keep books pristine, so you turn to the page, and it just so happens to be the exact page, because you're very lucky, that it is the area on the Feywild. And it briefly mentions, it's not very well detailed. There's probably like 3 or 4 pages just on Feywild stuff. And it just talks about how the colours in the Feywild are very vibrant, which you know from being there yourself. The trees are quite often like shades of blue, the grass can be teal colours, and like foliage and stuff can be reds, and it's really like vibrant, crazy colors. It also speaks of how centaurs, pixies, satyrs, and other such races are predominantly from there. However, every now and then, and there's no really recorded dates or locations, but rifts open up between the two, and quite often people from the Feywild spill into the material plane, and sometimes people from the material plane accidentally fall into the Feywild. It does speak about how time is very different there. It does start talking about how what can feel like only a short amount of time in the Feywild can actually be a long time in the real world. And it's how that there's a brief extract. It's kind of like someone's like not journal but recordings of it, and it talks about how they spent 1 year in the Feywild, and when they returned, their daughter, which was 2 when they left, was now 6. And it's at that point that it twigs in your brain of the amount of time you spent in the Feywild. And I think that realization hits, and that's what makes you stop reading, because you get lost in your own thoughts.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say, yeah, about an hour passes by of you reading through this and finding out some of this information. And yeah, you just take a deep breath and you sit there, close the book, and just breathe and just concentrate for a few moments.
Yeah. And I don't know, while I sit, can I like just kind of look around me and like, I don't know, if I see anything that stands out, I don't know, anything that maybe a book that's misplaced or something that's just out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I would say that as you're looking around, you probably find like a red leather book in amongst a load of brown leather books, and it stands out the most to you.
Can I check it out just for the curiosity?
Yeah, and you pull out the book, and to try and take your mind off of this revelation in your own brain and this discovery, you start reading through a book about wagoneering, and it is literally it's a book about how to reaffix a wagon wheel. It's how to hitch the horses up to it, that sort of thing. But it completely takes your mind off of this and lets your brain ease for a second as you're just mind-numbingly reading through.
And yeah, I guess I just look around if the old man is back, and just take the books and then place them on the counter that he was standing at, and then drop in another 2 of those silver coins and walk out.
Yeah, and where are you heading next?
So it's about 5?
Yeah, I would say at this point, yeah, you're creeping to about 5:30-ish. Yeah.
I guess I will head over to our inn and try and get there to rest a bit, maybe summon a familiar or so, and yeah, have some dinner and see what the rest is up to.
Yeah. And Maeve, when you left earlier with your books, did you head back to the tavern?
Yes.
Cool. I would say then, yeah, after a short amount of time, you do re-enter the tavern with your books in hand, probably looking very happy about yourself because you've had some cats out and you've got books. Like, that's a big win, right?
That's a big win in my book.
Yeah, in your book. Yeah. Yeah, and as you walk into the tavern, you can see sat on a stool with a nice plump cushion, like a teal blue cushion. You see Shion and Arcturus sat round a table with some more chairs. And I imagine at this point, because it's probably been maybe 40 minutes since you last had your drink, Shion, there's probably a few empty wine bottles on the table at this point. I imagine so.
Great. Yes.
Yeah.
Do I also
and
know?
maybe some cheeses. Maybe some cheeses are on the table as well.
Nice. Do I, by the way, know that Andros is gone?
Yes, we'll come to that. So you were going to buy him a drink, right?
I did.
Would you have asked them to take it up to the room, or would you have taken it up to the room?
Probably myself.
Okay.
Yeah, myself. Yeah.
Then yeah, you would return moments later from that, and no answer at the door.
Then I try to open the door.
Yeah, it is locked.
Damn it, clever elephant. I keep knocking.
Okay, yeah, you wait a while. You guys have pretty much hired out the entire top floor, so no one is going to be complaining about the knocking. At least not for now, because there are like 2 other people up here, but they are, yeah, they're out. So yeah, you knock and knock and knock, and I'd say a couple of minutes pass, and yeah, no answer.
I'll turn around. I just very, very big psych, and I'm like, Andros, don't do anything stupid, please. And then I just talk to myself, and I head downstairs back to Shion.
Yeah, and I'll say just as you sit down with Shion, that's when Maeve, you walk through the doors.
Guys, hi, look what I got. Something. Got my books.
Oh my god, are you into reading now, Maeve?
I don't know, I can't, but I got the books anyway.
What are the books about?
One's about a gnome, and the other one's about a badger and a fox, which, like, I think I'll enjoy, because I know what those are. But I don't know how to read it. And I asked the librarian to buy books, and he said I couldn't. And then I said why, and he said you have to sit here and read it here. And I said how long would it take me to read? Well, learn how to read. And then he said, oh, you can take these. So I got free stuff, but then I still gave them money for cats because I had like 10 cats and it was great.
I'm obviously very, well, slightly drunk right now, I guess, by this time.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes, Arcturus knows how to read very well. He can teach you, darling.
That would be great. I did some ABCs and the librarian wasn't very impressed, but I kind of remember
That's
from school.
stupid librarian. He should be very impressed at you because you lived in the woods for such a long time. That you know your ABCs. That is
Is she okay, Arcturus?
I think Shion is a bit drunk. Again.
Oh, she's on the juice. The juice that we have.
The juice and the cheese.
Oh, you've got cheese?
Here, have all the cheese. I like cheese a lot, and I know you like it a lot too, darling.
Yes.
So let's have cheese and let's have wine and forget.
Maeve, I would suggest to take the cheese. If Shion is offering you cheese for free, take it. All right?
Well, you know what? I don't know what's going on with me today, but people give me stuff and I will take it. So I'll take some cheese. What kind of cheese is this, Shion?
It's good cheese.
Okay.
As you sit down, Maeve, one of the tabaxi waiter comes up to you and asks if you want anything to drink on the Featherstone's tab.
Yeah, can I have whatever my friend here is having? Because she's having a good time.
Sure, yes, I'll get another. And
Thank you.
yeah, she wanders off and brings out another full bottle with a couple of glasses.
And I imagine I high five Shion.
Well, while that's going on, let's cut to Contessa. Contessa, you have just left the Crystal Anvil and are heading your way towards the magic shop. You come to... There is a magic shop by the name of Artemis's Arcanic Instruments that you managed to find.
I just cut in shortly.
Mhm.
I think I changed my mind, being a bit random.
Yeah, sure.
I want to go to the other inn actually. The magical.
Bramwood Moor?
The magical inn, the one that
Oh, the sigil.
The sigil.
turtle
Yeah,
person
the
talked
sigil.
about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, no worries, no worries. Yeah, we'll cut to you after we've done Andros. But yeah, Contessa, you arrive at Artemis's Arcanic Instruments.
I'm just gonna go walk in, straight in.
Yeah, and as you walk on in, you can see a very dull-looking wooden room with a counter with a glass display cabinet, and within, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And behind the desk, you can see a man in a suit with a mustache flicked up, and he's kind of sat there, and he's like, greetings there, madame. How may I help you?
I'm actually looking for some magical items. I've come in with a party that they do a lot of magic, so I was hoping to find some stuff and maybe tell them about the stuff. Maybe something for myself too. Who knows?
Well, you are in the right place. I am Artemis, and I sell many arcanic wares that I have purchased or found in my time. I am a traveling salesman, but have settled down roots in this here city quite recently. Yes, I have many things to sell. Only a few, in all fairness, today, but we are still setting up shop.
So you said you're all things arcane and magic, right?
That is correct, yes.
Do you know of any magical items coming into the city recently? Besides here?
Well, like I said, I've only recently set up shop, but I have been purchasing things that I have found. Would you like to see?
Yes.
And he clicks his fingers, and as he does, the entire cabinet is full of stuff, and on the walls, stuff appears. And you see where there was no chandelier hanging from the ceiling, a chandelier just appears and lights itself, and behind him, purple curtains drape down behind him, and there are two A's, like mountains, as a symbol, and an eye sticking out of the middle.
I'm just gonna like slow clap and just
Thank
be
you.
like, bravo! I actually thought this place was
And
boring.
the Tri-Spires wouldn't accept me. Barbaric, really, isn't it?
I don't know much about magic, but clearly this is pretty good.
Well, what are you looking for, miss? I have many a thing. We have a few potions of healing. We have a few other such items, like the Goggles of Night, which allow you to see in the dark. One such as myself is incapable of doing so, being a human after all, as I assume you are.
Yes, the Goggles of Night sound really cool. Unfortunately, I don't think they'd be good for me, but they sound really cool.
Well, yes, there are the Goggles of Night. We have the Necklace of Fireballs, and he lifts up this golden chained necklace with 3 orange beads on it. One simply
does that
has
do?
to detach a bead and throw it towards the location they wish, and a ball of fire will erupt from its location.
Do they regenerate over time, or is
They
it just
do
one
not,
time use?
I'm afraid. It is one use only, and there are 3 remaining. And you can see on the necklace, there are 5 slots for balls. So 2 have been used.
That sounds really good for the random nick of time. How much would that be?
This here would be 800 gold pieces.
For 3 fireballs.
That is correct, yes.
Interesting. What else do you have? I am cataloging everything you tell me of.
We have the Cloak of the Manta Ray.
That's interesting.
Yes, the cloak itself is rather an extraordinary item. I will just quickly double check to make sure its properties. Ah, here they are. So while wearing this cloak, when you put the hood up, you can breathe underwater and will have an extremely fast swimming speed. It allows you to travel the depths much easier. If you're traveling towards Fortis aboard a ship, it might come in handy.
Does sound handy. How much would that be?
Well, this here would be just a measly 5,000 gold pieces.
Good to know. I mean, I'm sure people can buy together their gold, and you know, I know I'm being a bother, but like anything else.
By all means. Well, we do have a unique item, one that is rather expensive, may I add.
Okay.
But this would be more top shelf, and he pulls out a very pretty golden rod, which is probably about maybe 1.5 feet long, and it has got a very cool like golden snake decal that goes all the way up, which goes into a pair of wings, and at the top is a stone made of like an opal, and it kind of like shines all the time, constantly, even in like darkness. You can see in the shadows it still shines. And he says this here is the staff of healing.
Now this sounds supremely interesting.
It will allow one to cast spells such as Cure Wounds a few times a day, Lesser Restoration, and Mass Cure Wounds. It is rather a rare artifact.
This is an extraordinary item, and I assume it has an extraordinary price.
Well, I think it's rather cheap for what it is, but 10,000 gold pieces would suffice.
And that you said that was everything you had?
Well, we also have one little item that I've been holding on to. I thought maybe I could use it to persuade those Tri-Spire wizards to let me in, but I've figured out its true properties, and I believe it probably wouldn't serve the purpose I wished it to.
And what is this little item?
Well, now that I have it, I probably should get rid of it. It's not really going to aid me at all, but it is called the Filter of Love.
Interesting.
By applying this to a tonic or drink of your choice and making somebody else drink it, the first person they lock eyes to will immediately fall in love with them.
This reminds me of Shrek, just out of character, by the way.
However, kind miss, it will take about 10 minutes to kick in, but for the next hour, they will see you as a loved one. They'd probably do almost anything for you. Now, I am looking to part with this, as it is an investment that went sour, so I would sell this for 85 gold.
And I need my gold.
Also, we have the healing potions, which are 55 gold each here, and I guarantee the cheapest in the city.
Probably. I was at the herdless place, and I feel like she was ripping me off over there.
Well, I do have to admit that the tax prices in here are, well, extremely high. Being the capital city and all, they can tax you a rather large sum for the trade industry, and therefore, people have to up their prices. But I've not found a shop less than 60 gold here yet, and I'm selling mine for 55. Undercutting the other businesses will, hopefully in time, provide profit.
Yeah, I assume you would make more money off that because they'd come here more.
Exactly. Get a bit of a reputation, especially for a new up-and-coming business such as myself.
We are adventurers. I do believe we did use a lot of our healing potions, so like I think we might come back here for some.
Well, I love the word "we," so I'm glad that you are.
Yeah. And what about the goggles of night? I never did ask the price for that.
1,000. It's not too pricey, but for someone such as yourself that may be unable to see in the dark, it is rather helpful, especially if you are adventuring day and night.
Yes, it's exactly what we do. Does anyone else sell magic items out here besides you?
Well, there are a few, but I can guarantee you we are the cheapest. I usually get new stock in every few days, so if you do wish to return in a couple of days' time, I'm sure there may be some more items. And if you are looking for something specifically, by all means, you can request it. I can see if I can pull some strings.
There is one item that I need, but I need to be discreet about it. So
Very well.
I think it's in my best interest to look around some bit more before I ask around for it.
Very well. Well, if you do require this item, by all means, I do have a few contacts within the city, and I may be able to at least find information about this item, but it will not be free, of course. Everything has a price.
Yeah,
Information, one of them.
So, what about you getting me into contact with one of your contacts? How much would that information cost?
Well, you see, my contact charges for information, and I then charge someone for information. So I earn profit from information that they gather. Do you understand? If I told you my contact, then I'd be out of business, friend.
That's very true. I'm looking. You know what? I'll come back. I'll have to discuss this
Very
with my
well.
friend.
Well, it's been a pleasure. By all means, if you wish to buy any of these items, and this filter of love, if it's here when you next come back, I'll drop the price for you. You seemed interested, slightly.
I am. It's just I don't know how I'd use it in our particular situation yet, so I have to think about it.
How much would you be willing to pay?
50 gold.
65, and we have a deal. I've come
60.
down by 20.
I'm gonna persuade.
Yeah, persuade, please, on 60.
Oh, that's performance. Whoops.
Woo!
Oh. Wish
I
I
like
said 50
it.
again.
He slides it towards you. I'll take 55.
All right. And I'm just gonna hand him 56 just as a joke.
He looks at it, he's like, well, just remember, if you need that information, you know where to find me, dear.
I'll be back, hopefully.
I hope you will too. And next time, bring the Wii.
I shall. Also, I'm gonna wander to the Divine Ward and look for one of the temples.
Yeah, and as you exit, you look back to shut the door, and he clicks his fingers, and all the items just disappear out of sight once more. And yeah,
again.
he just nods, and then yeah, he sits there waiting for his next customer. As you head on towards the Divine Ward, we will cut over to Andros. Andros, what are you up to? You've made your way towards the Brambled Boar.
Yeah, Andros actually, as he makes his way to the Bramble Boar, he kind of Andros has definitely had his time here in the city very very interesting. He's never been in a big place like this. Never seen so many people at once. I just think, I don't know. For Andros, it's been very weird. So I think on his way to the Bramble Boar, I think he just kind of think about like the conversation him and Arcturus had, and he kind of just comes to a stop. And I think he's gonna head over about this area right here, and he's kind of just gonna take a moment, not really go forward, not really go through what he wants to do first, and he's just gonna have a mini conversation with Brasta, just kind of ask him some questions. I think Andros is very confused with how he's feeling right now. I think he's confused with what his role is and what exactly is his reason he's trying to do what he's doing. So he's kind of thinking these thoughts and hoping Brasta kind of picks up on it and see what Brasta would give him in terms of.
After you have a little bit of time to reflect on your decision making and like the things that you've gotten yourselves into, you do hear Brasta's voice, and he just says to you, "Are you all right?"
Andros, he's gonna take a seat. It's kind of weird, but he's gonna take a seat, and he's gonna tell Brasta no. I haven't been all right since we've entered the city. It feels like. I I don't know. I just feel like I haven't been, everyone has their own like objective here, right? Everyone's kind of been doing, trying to information about the orb, trying to, I guess find out more about themselves in a way. I'm not sure what, but for me, it's just, I'm trying to be so quick about this. There's a war going on in Fortis. My family, I don't know what's going on with them. You heard what that turtle said to me. That turtle said to me earlier. Like, she's leading Roxanne somewhere.
But at least she's alive, right?
But who knows how much longer, right? The more I sit here, the more I try to take my time with this, the more they're possibly getting hurt, killed. You saw what happened to you. I mean, we went up against those Imperiums, and it seemed like they just knew where we were. Like, we didn't even get to even do anything. And then next thing you know, I mean,
Andros, chill. Just breathe. Look, we can't stop anything here. The people you're traveling with, they seem like, well, most of them seem like good folk. Why not talk to them rather than the dead guy?
Right. It's hard to talk to them, right? I mean, one of them is literally a genius. I mean, he just knows what's going on.
Maybe he might know how to fix it.
Fix what? There's nothing to. I just feel like ever since you've gotten to my head, I am literally going insane.
Oh, of course. Yeah,
every
you're
passing.
Right. You're right. You're right, Andros. It's my fault.
No, it's not your fault. I don't know anymore. I don't know why you're in my head. I don't know how I can literally speak to you and you can literally do things. I don't understand. I don't get it. And now it's just like I'm in this. I don't know. I don't get anything. I have no idea what's going on, and it seems like they all have it all figured out for the most part. Like they know, like at least like Arcturus especially. This man knows what he's doing. He has there's no question in his mind.
What do you mean? There's no question.
He just he has an agenda. He knows what he's doing.
He's told us he's not from here.
Right. I know. I meant he knows what he's doing. Like he knows his
You're not from here. Maeve's not from here. Erhard's not from here. Shion's not from here. Contessa is from here and still ain't got a clue.
I just think, he knows what his plan is. He has a plan. And I feel like I try to, yeah, I mean, he at least it feels like, I mean, he knows where he needs to go next. He knows what he needs to find out. He knows why he's going to where he's going. I walked to this What are you
trying to achieve?
I'm trying to help them so I can help my people. The faster we find this orb, the faster I can potentially either hopefully find some remnants of my tribe or even possibly get some help.
How does finding the orb help you?
It helps me help my people, right? I mean, that's like the whole purpose. I mean, because Shion, it just sounds like helping them, and Shion said if I help them, she would potentially help me, right? And that's the only lead I got right now, right? If I go back to Fortis now, right? That's my only other option.
Shion will help you how?
I mean, potentially, maybe she can find out information where my tribe is.
They think she's dead.
I mean, for now, right? She's gonna send a message to them. She's gonna find out potentially where they're gonna find out she's alive, and then when we accompany her back to her place, I mean, I'm sure she can find out some information.
Have you asked her why they think she's dead?
No, I didn't.
Did you see her reaction?
No, I listen, I have a lot of things
you need to pay more attention. Ask people things. Don't tell them things. Look, we've been through thick and thin. I've died and somehow I'm back. And now I'm stuck in your head with your thoughts. Just chill. These people seem to want to help you, and you've just said it yourself. You want to help them. Let's just talk to them. Going off on our own now, it might be the best idea. But why don't we try not doing the best idea? Why don't we just talk to them? you're a great talker. Listener, well, me, Natty, your entire family have known you not being great at that.
No, that's never been my...
Let's try doing the opposite to what we'd normally do. Because what we'd normally do ended up with me dead.
Right, that's kind of messed up to say. I don't want to know that.
Well, look, I'm already dead. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
You're right. For you, it doesn't matter. For me, it's still...
Although, in all fairness, if you could bring me back, that'd be great.
I wish I could, and I don't think that's how it works.
I saw you drinking some alcohol the other day, and I never had alcohol, and I feel really outdone by it, and this just isn't fair, really.
I mean, if I drink alcohol, don't you technically?
I don't know. You think I taste it?
I don't know. I don't know how this works. I'm confused as much as you are. I don't even know why you're here.
So am I, all right? Because I'm not even a like, you move your arm, and I don't feel anything.
Okay, listen. So let's try this, right? Since what happened, I've done nothing but. You're right. I think you guys just run too much.
Things are different here, right?
Right.
Let's just slow it down a bit. These people, like you said, one of them's a bloody genius. Why don't we just try listening to them, see what they have to say, and then react upon that?
What are we gonna do now about this? The person following us. What do we? If I keep spending time with them, what's to say these guys aren't gonna target them?
We're in a city, right?
And I'm with them. I'm the only other Loxodon in the city.
Listen, we're in a city.
Right.
They've got fucking people flying in the sky. If we stay in the public eye, what are they going to do? Attack us?
Right.
Androsh, you're bigger than half the people in this city. Just squash them, like we used to. Do you remember when the elves used to pick on us? What do we do? Clap some heads, and it was all fine.
You did a lot of that. I was I wasn't much of a fighter.
You helped. Come on, look. Surely you remember.
I remember you.
Remember that time you hit one of them with your trunk?
Yeah.
Knocked him clean out. Look.
That was an accident.
Look,
though.
You're getting older. You're getting bigger.
Right.
Not as big as me, but bigger. So.
Okay, sure.
Look, you know you can take them. And plus, they can't see me, and I can somehow help.
Yeah, that is... I'm still figuring that one out, too.
I've still got your back.
Right.
Let's go back to the tavern. Let's talk to them and the genius. See what they have to say.
Right.
I'll be right there with you.
Even when I get scolded?
Yes. I was usually stood beside you when we were scolded.
You're right, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. And Andros is gonna very hesitantly almost start making his way, but he wants to try something first. He wants to try that invisibility. He wants to see how that goes. He really wants to try it out. He's very excited about it. He's excited about it.
Well, you want to do it now?
I really do. I want to try this
And
out.
as you go to do it, you see this black form from the shadows rise up stood next to you. And then it walks into your space, and you get like a weird like shiver down your spine. And he's like, it's okay. I'm helping. And then as that, you look at your hands and they're just gone.
Did you just eat me?
No. Andros, somehow we're connected magically. It's weird, alright? Look, I can help with this stuff. I don't really know how, but I can.
Okay, so you're like the superhero part, and I'm like the normal person.
I always was.
First of all, who's the one who survived here? And
yeah, alright. Don't rub it in that I'm dead, okay?
You keep talking like that, and maybe I will.
Look, go back, have an ale on me, alright?
Yeah. On you? Wait, what?
Well, I can't fucking drink it.
Okay, I'll have one for you.
Thank you. That's better.
Yeah, there we go. And we're gonna make our way back.
Okay. Yeah, and you sneakily head back towards the tavern, completely invisible. Are you going through the front door, or are you climbing up the side of the building again?
Andros is gonna walk to the front door, and he's gonna play a little bit of a prank. He just wants to have a little bit of fun.
Are you gonna go over to sit next to them and then just appear?
Yeah. That's exactly what you do.
So before we come to that, roll me a stealth check actually, while we with advantage because you are invisible. Roll me a stealth check, and then we will cut back to to the next person. Nice, 25. So we will cut over to Ahad. Ahad, as you are walking through the Amber Ward and eventually walking through the Silver Ward and eventually find yourself up into the Amber Ward, you do see the Sigil, which is a magical tavern, and as you look through the window, you can see instruments playing themselves, cups and plates flying to different tables, chairs pulling out for people when they go towards them, and all that good stuff. And you can see when people sit at a table, the candle lights itself. It's very magical, and you see 3 people stood behind the bar, all in matching green and gold robes, and they are all stood behind the bar. Most of them sat down with just a wand out, and they seem to be casting a spell, and then plates and stuff move over to different tables and that. But yeah, as you walk on up to this is what you see.
Well, I'm clearly loving this place, and I walk in like very happy, like shining smile on my face.
And as you enter, the music stops for a brief second, and trumpets begin to play, like as a grand entrance of someone walking in. And then it stops, and then the music begins to play once more.
And I don't know, I'm a bit surprised, and at the same time I'm like celebrating, like, yay. I'm here.
And yeah, you can see many people in here are wearing the red shade robes. You can see there are many different like students of the Tri-Spire Academy, and they're all just like drinking ales and eating foods and just chilling out in what seems to be like the tavern outside of the grounds. It seems to be sort of like a respite from the academy itself.
So remembering from what you described, or I think what the turtle
or Tordust,
told us, there's no one playing the instruments. Like it's
no one playing. Nope.
Magical.
Yeah.
So I kind of noticed that and walk over to the bar, I guess, and kind of like tell them like, hello.
Howdy there, friend.
Well, hello, friend. My name is Erhard Weidestaff, and I'm a bit of an entertainer. And I see you don't really have, entertainment here other than your instruments that are playing themselves. Would you like someone to actually perform?
Oh, Dickens, no, we don't need such a thing. Our magic does all the playing for us.
But a real person, that's some extra amusement.
It is, but they also require coin. And if you don't want to spend the coin on entertainment, you spend it on the beer. The name's Tom. Pleasure to meet you. This is me brother, Dick, and Harry.
Hi. Well...
All right, mate, all right.
Sure. I don't require coin, though. Like, I'm just here for the fun.
You want to play for free? Be my guest.
I'm fine.
Instruments. And he claps, and they all just place themselves and hang up on the wall.
Cool.
We have an entertainer in the house which wishes to play for free. Any tips will come to the bar.
All right. I look at him awkwardly because I didn't expect that.
We'll throw in a drink for you. And he turns around and starts pouring a drink.
So nice. Then I kind of brush myself off, like just showing off a bit and straightening out my robes and walking up to the stage, I assume. And I stand upon the stage and I just twirl my hat and give a bow. And as I come back up, I pull out my flute and just start playing the flute.
Yeah, and as you start playing, roll me a performance check, please. You definitely get the sense that a lot of the people in here don't usually see someone playing the instruments, so it's definitely caught their eye. 22, very nice. Yeah, and you perform a very pleasant melody towards the group. And do you incorporate a bit of magic into it as well to try and flourish it and make it? Yeah,
yeah.
Awesome. And they love it. They lap it up.
And as I keep playing and just play myself a bit of into a frenzy with like a very happy tune and very like clippity clap, and I don't know what you call that in English. I kind of click my boots together and just float a bit.
You use the levitation boots?
Yes.
Wait there 1 second then. I need to just check something real quick.
Not a spell.
No, there's something extra with these boots.
Oh, is it? Well, I've never used them before.
I know. Here we go. I need you to roll me a d20, please.
Bastard. Oh!
Natural 20, perfect. As you click them together, you hear like a whirring sort of sound come from them, and at first you're like, wait, nothing's happening, and then both boots give off like a little burst, and then you start to levitate. One does flicker, like the light flickers underneath it slightly, but you maintain aloft.
And I keep playing and just throwing my legs out since I'm floating anyway, and yeah, just
they love
giving
it, and
extra bit of entertainment.
You see a couple of the patrons in this tavern. They put a couple of silver on the end of their table, and then all of a sudden the silver floats up into the air and does like a dance as it then goes into a tip bucket on the bar.
And yeah, I just can I do like you said I can't really move in the air, like
you can't
velocity.
Move left and right,
exactly.
But you can move up and down.
Yeah. I think I would like to try and kind of float a bit higher. I hope the heat ceiling is high and there's nothing above me.
There's like beams and stuff above you. Yeah, but you're all good. It's pretty high.
And I try and just like bend over forward and just do a bit of a twirl in the air.
Roll me an acrobatics check.
Yes.
Let's see how well this goes. 12, yeah, I would say with the performance of 22 combined with the 12, perfect. You manage to do it. The first one's a bit iffy, but then you get the hang of it, and then yeah, you start doing like flips in the air. It's pretty cool.
Sure, and I end my tune in a great crescendo and just fly back down, and as I raise my arms, I use my prestigation to just make some sparks fly out, and
yeah, they love it. They lap it up, and as you do it, as you come to the crescendo, a few of the instruments on the wall join in ever so slightly to make it just pop that little bit better. And yeah, you see Tom, Dick, and Harry clapping. You see all the people in the bar; they're all clapping as well. And yeah, all these silver coins are like spinning up like a snake, like flying into the air and then going into this bucket on the bar.
Sure. And I give another twirl with my hat, and thank you everyone, and I hope you have a great evening. My name is Erhard Whitestaff, and I will be around.
Yeah, and as you say that, a few more claps and a few cheers come from the tavern, and then in front of your face, a floating tankard of ale just appears.
And I snatch it up.
Yeah.
And I already like take half of it down as I'm like in my heightened mood, and I go and find a table, I assume.
Sure. Yeah, and as you sit down and enjoy the ale that was bought for you, a couple more ales come your way as a few patrons nod in your direction as you did a very good performance, and it doesn't happen very often. It was some well-needed entertainment, and yeah, you get bought a couple of rounds, just a couple more ales for free. And yeah, as you start to enjoy your ashen ales, is what you're currently drinking in this tavern, we will cut over. Who isn't at a tavern? Is it just Contessa? Yeah? And you're heading towards the Divine Ward?
Yes.
What is it that you're specifically looking for?
The Temple of Solid.
Oh, you're going to the Temple of Solidin? Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, so as you get towards the Temple of Solidin, you do see outside of it there are many statues of different depictions of warriors of light. You can see that they are very much clad in armor, and you can see the holy symbol of Saladin emblazoned on their chest. And they seem to be maybe some champions of Saladin in the past years that have maybe perished, or have maybe ascended to some sort of godhood or something like that. And you can see these big statues, and they're probably like 25 foot tall. And they're just made purely of like gold, stood on these stone plinths. And yeah, as you approach the grand-looking cathedral, you can see that there are stained glass windows all the way along the outside, and the building's probably about 100 foot long, and it's got these two big double doors. And on the sides of it, there are depictions of the sun rising all the way up. So it's like different stages of the sun rising into the sky. And then on the very end, where the back wall is, there is a big depiction of a fire genasi holding the sun. And that is, the preferred form of Saladin. It's quite often how he is represented throughout history and stuff. And yeah, you arrive at this grand cathedral.
I'm just gonna be in awe of the grand scale of this, because I haven't been to a cathedral like this before, so I'm just gonna assume walk into the front.
Yeah, and the doors are open for you, and as you walk in, you can see off to the sides there are a few stone statues of Saladin with candles all around it, and the whole place is completely lit up with candles. But the ceiling, there is an orb directly set into the ceiling in the center, and all around it is paintings and depictions of the sun to make it look like one big sun, and this orb is shining pure daylight into the cathedral. It's definitely magical in nature.
Can I roll? Well, I don't think I can see much from afar, but can I roll a perception from this far?
Sure, yeah, go for it. With an 18, yeah, you can definitely see that the way that the carvings and the depictions on the ceiling are, it is trying to they've tried to paint the sun into the ceiling, and then they have used a magical item or some sort of this giant orb. It's probably around about 20 foot in radius. It's pretty big, and it is set into the ceiling, and it shines like the sun does, literally into this cathedral.
How many other people are around me?
There are in here right now. You're probably looking at anywhere between 12 to 15 sort of people. A couple are priests, and you see a mother and child walking around, and they seem to be praying at a couple of the different altars and just saying a few words. But primarily, this place is rows and rows of the long benches, pews, with cushioned padding on them, and then right at the front, where this stained glass window is, there is probably around about 1,000 lit candles beneath it.
Do I know if people light them up when they come here, or is that just how it is? The priests do it?
You know that with the followings of Saladin and the religion of Saladin, lighting a candle is almost a significance to him, because it's being the light in the dark, and it's being that justice and that vision for people to see. In here, you don't know what the custom is specifically for this cathedral, but you don't see anyone with that 18. You don't see anyone lighting candles. They seem to be constantly lit.
I'm gonna go find a priest and talk to them real quickly.
Yeah. As you start moving towards the stained glass, there is a woman of golden hair and golden eyes stood beneath the stained glass window, and you can tell that she is an Asamar. She is of angelic nature, and as she stood there in these white flowing robes with the golden sigil of Saladin there, she notices your presence, and she nods as you approach.
I'm going to ask what the custom of this particular Saladin cathedral is.
Well, as in for prayer?
Yes.
The usual custom is to pray to one of the altars, or it is to bring a candle yourself and place it amongst the others.
So I would bring my. You don't have any like.
We have spare candles if you wish to pray. I can fetch you one if you like.
Please.
Very well. Are you a follower of Solodin then?
Yes, quite new.
Ah, well, Solodin welcomes all. If you, I see that you are very well suited for seeking justice in the world. I will fetch you a candle. And yeah, she goes off and finds you a white candle, and with that candle, you can see she brings up, there is a golden symbol of Solodin on it as well, and she passes you it. Do you have means of lighting, or do you need me to fetch a way of doing that?
Yeah, I need a way of lighting. I don't have fireball.
Very well. Well, if you have like a tinderbox or something along those lines, you may be able to light it yourself.
I do have a tinderbox. Okay.
Oh, there you go. Sure. I'll leave you to it. Just place it in any spot that you see available. Here. It is rather full today, but yes. I'm sure you'll find a space. Just say a few words beneath the light of Solodin, and I'm sure maybe you'll feel something.
Yeah. I'm going to find a spot that's not taken by a candle, I suppose.
Yeah. And you light the candle and place it there. And do you say any words? Do you say anything?
I'm just going to specifically say, I hope your light can guide me, because right now I'm unsure as to what to do. And just end it like that.
And as you say that, and you look down at the flame burning, it flickers for a moment. And you just feel a warmth. You feel like, you know that, when like you feel cold and you've been out on the road for a while, and then someone that you know and care about hugs you, and you just get that, like, that relief, that warmth, that embrace. You just feel that ever so slightly, just from within. And it makes you feel good. You don't know whether that was just your body because of the heat of the flames. You don't know if Solodin himself was just give you an astral hug. You don't know. But whatever it was, it gave you that slight little bit of respite that moment.
And then what Contessa's going to do, she's going to go to an altar and she's going to take off her like full plate mail and like put it in front of her, and she's just gonna like chill in her noble clothes, and she's going to like silent prayer at an altar for like half hour, and then probably head to the tavern.
Yeah, no worries. And yeah, you take the time to do that, and eventually your prayer comes to an end, and there's some new people in here. Some of the old people have left, and as you leave, the ASMR woman, she smiles and just nods towards you as you go to leave, and she just says, "Do not fear, child. Solodin will guide you."
And I'm just gonna solemnly nod.
And yeah, you leave and head on back towards the tavern. I would say at this, Shion, Arcturus, and Maeve are drinking wines, spring water, and cheeses. And as you are all sat around, Socks is currently sat in the cheese bowl, just munching on the closest things to him. Every now and then he picks like a leaf up, which is like the salad bed for it, and he starts eating that. And then you just see him like throw it on the ground and grab another piece of cheese and start munching on it, because he's clearly got an acquired taste now. And now he's tasted a few of the finer things in life. And as you're all there, just chatting amongst yourselves, what would you be talking about at this moment?
Arcturus, darling, you were gone for quite a while earlier. What was that all about?
I saw something I knew.
Something you knew.
Yes.
You saw an object. Is it another one of those oaken bowl thingies that you got me?
Might be. You want one?
I already have one, darling.
Do you want another?
No.
Yeah, you're doubting.
I mean, if I have a second one, and then I can put one on the left side of the door, and then another one on the right side of the door, and it would match, right?
Yes, I think it would. Yes.
So fetch me another one of those lovely oaken jars. I mean, if you just saw one upstairs, I want another one, darling. This oaken thing is just... Oh.
See, you have a thing for oaken things. But don't worry, darling. I'll get you one in the morning.
Yay!
And I look at Maeve like,
Maybe she'd like to come visit my forest if she likes oaks.
Does it have lots of oaken trees as well?
It has all the trees you can imagine. There's so many.
I want to go to your home. It sounds marvelous, darling.
It is great. You get to sleep outside every night to look at the stars, and you get to go hunt for your own food, and you get to go bathe in the river, and it's a great time.
And I just look sort of visibly shook, like, what?
And as this conversation is happening, Andros, you have stealthily, without any of these people knowing, or anyone in this tavern knowing, pulled up a seat and you're sat right next to Arcturus. But he is unaware of it currently.
Andros is he's gonna actually listen to this for a little bit. Just, like, he's puzzled by Shion and what she's saying right now. Like, he's almost as shocked he forgets he's invisible at the moment because he's just that shocked of what he's hearing at the moment. Like, he's never heard Shion be like this. So he like goes to nudge Arcturus and he just goes, what is going on at the moment with her?
Andros?
Yeah. Oh, forgot. Dang it. And he's gonna drop his invisibility and just.
Andros just appears. Yeah.
I was blown away by your magnificent, idea of wood and the fact that you want more wood. It's just very puzzling and yeah. How it goes?
Look, darling, where I'm from, there's not a lot of woods. And you, here, these people here, look at all the wood they have. It is just so marvelous.
That's a lot of big wood in it.
I don't know who this is. Is this Shion? This can't be. There's no way this is our Shion, right?
She might have been drinking.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I'm so confused right now.
You know,
I've never heard of this.
I'm very confused as to where you just come from.
Oh,
Yeah,
correct.
speaking of that,
Like I said, I have a friend in my mind, and weirdly enough, y'all know, like, it's almost like I go inside of him, and then it's like I just vanish. And on top of that, I can actually change myself into different things. It's just limitations to that. But we can get to that later. It's actually really, really cool.
I look at Maeve like,
Right.
Yeah.
You're seeing this too, because you're the only one who's drinking water, right, Arcturus?
yep,
See what?
this is weird.
I'm so
This
confused.
is very weird.
Y'all knew I can, you all know
Andros,
I can vanish, right? Y'all know I'm very sneaky, right? I mean, y'all literally lost me in the woods.
yeah,
like
but
y'all-
we have never seen you like
you say
disappearing.
woods?
Oh gosh, Shion.
I think at that we're gonna take a break. Did you say woods? I think that's a great spot to take a break, as literally everyone in the tavern just looks over like, what the? Yeah, I think that's a great point. Let's take a real quick 5-minute break to go grab snacks, drinks, all that good stuff. We'll be back in like 5 minutes, guys, don't worry, and we'll continue on with this conversation the second we're back. See you in 5, goodbye, 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 goodbye. 5 minutes. welcome back. Hello. Welcome. How are we all? Hope everyone is doing well. Did you guys grab drinks? Did you guys grab snacks? Did you get all the good stuff? Let us know in the chat what you got. We'd love to hear it. I just grabbed a Pepsi. That's it. Yeah, what did you guys get?
I should go. You wait 1 second.
You didn't even get Volvic?
No. It's not cold enough yet in the fridge.
Hashtag the best drink in existence.
Hey, what's that?
Sponsoring.
Sponsored by Dr.
Coca-Cola.
Zero sugar, cherry.
Zero flavor.
It's always good. What have you got?
Zero
Monster?
flavor.
A Monster Energy.
Monster.
What
Wait, what
flavor
is
is
that?
Catisfaction. What the hell does that mean?
Oh,
That's
cat treat.
that's for Mittens over here.
Oh, you've got Tim's drink over there. Yeah.
Tim, I'm
come on,
drinking
guys.
you.
Read
Damn, I'm
to
drinking.
Tim's
Give me my
drink.
No, Creed, please. But yeah, so we have all the brands, and if you're a brand watching right now, you can sponsor us. I'm joking. No, but please do get in
Get me
touch,
famous
you
at
know, it's on the-
www.getmefamous.com.
Yeah.
Wanna be famous?
Wanna-
Bigfollows.com.
Want to become famous? Yeah. So yeah, guys, we're gonna get straight back into it. I hope you're all having a great time. And yeah, I think we're gonna carry on with the conversation that was being had between Shion, Maeve, Arcturus, and Ondros. And just so you know, Contessa, you can chime in like 5 minutes when you arrive. So just so you know, if you want to jump on in, you can do at any point as you walk through the doors. We'll just say that you walk through at any point that you wish to join in.
So I
get
just
it?
join in now then?
If you want to join in right now, then you've turned up right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Yeah. Carry on.
Did you say wood?
soon as that walked in, I'm like-
Andros gonna send his trunk out and just like place it against her mouth and just go shush. You've been drinking quite a bit. The adults are talking. I need you to calm down. No one cares
Sounds
about
so
wood
bad.
right now. We're not talking
This
about
sounds
wood.
terrible.
Chill, okay? And Andros is gonna take his trunk off and just look at Arcturus and just go, by the way.
No, this is your fight. This is your fight.
This is
Andros
rated
is like
R.
confused because he just removed his trunk and she's still talking like that?
What? Why are you doing this to me, Elephant Man? Honest to God.
I kind of hope I didn't. I kind of
You do not
now.
touch a lady where I am from.
Not with your trunk.
Where I'm from, ladies, if Lady Loxodon's come up, it's about to be a fight. They're very, they don't care
It's
too much.
not fair, darling. I do not have a trunk.
Wait, do you put your trunks on Lady Loxton's mouths?
What?
Is that what you're saying?
No, we don't do that. We don't, I don't know what we use trunks for. I usually think we use them to smell things, like to, get a smell of.
So why would you not use your hands?
You just put your nose on me, you
because my
disgusting
trunk-
man.
Because, yeah, you know what? I don't know anymore about you guys. Arcturus. Arcturus.
I'm distracted by a cat. Maeve,
wait.
Maeve, look at look around your table.
Alright,
Oh
can
my
I
god,
roll?
why
can
are
I-
so many cats in this town?
Can I roll a stealth
Sure.
and see if I can sneak up on Andros?
Disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay.
Andros also while he's doing this, or while Contessa's like trying to sneak up or whatever, he's gonna try to like get a barkeep over there. He is ready to drink. He's had enough already. He wants a drink.
Every single one of you notice Contessa walk in like she's from Scooby-Doo, where she's like this. And you all see her, but none of you say anything. And she sits down, and then you look around, and the entire bar is watching you now, Contessa, as a waitress is stood next to you, like, can I? Are you okay?
Ma'am, do you have like?
No.
I need the biggest thing of alcohol you have. Like, can you give me a barrel? Like, I want like a lot of alcohol.
You would like a cake for the table?
No, all for myself.
Right. Sure.
How much would that be?
Well, a keg in these parts would be around about 35 gold, but this is the Featherstone table, no?
Yes, the Featherstone. How did I not know? Wow.
Put it on his
Wait, Contessa's like, you guys are using his name to buy shit.
Hey, shush. Andros is now going to use his hand this time because you know how weird it was to use a trunk. He's going to put his hand over Contessa's mouth.
Put your hands on me?
We just please get me that lot of alcohol. I would really love it.
Sure, and for
Thank
you, miss, what would you like?
I would like my companions to be honest.
Are they lying to me?
No,
Does he not
You know
really
what?
want a keg?
no, he wants a keg. I just don't know if he can afford the keg.
Hey,
Well, he said it was on Featherstone
it's
Stab,
on
no?
Featherstone. Andros is going to give him the weirdest look. It's on Featherstone.
I'm just gonna be like, Featherstone didn't say we could use his name.
He also did not say we couldn't.
That is true. Listen, I'm a friend of Featherstone. He would be okay with this. Let him know that his big buddy Lockton wanted to, you know. And as a tip for your honest and great work, he's gonna pull out 2 silver and give it to her, to the person that's trying to get his drink.
Oh,
Here you go.
well,
Thank you.
Yes.
Very much.
I will send a Hardana to Featherstone Stocks to see what tab. Sure. Very well.
Thank you. Yes, and I would still want my keg.
Very, very well. I'll bring it over.
Thank you.
Yeah, and she wanders over. You see her talking to a halfling man who goes running out of the shop, who seems to be going towards Featherstones. And yeah.
Honestly, darling, should we not just pay? I mean, I'm rich anyway.
Oh, you're rich? Hey, if you're willing to pay for everything, I hands
Shion
down
pays.
to you. Yeah, if Shion pays, hey, I'm totally fine with it.
I said
Shion, they're manipulating you.
No, let her. Hey, Contessa.
No.
Let her do what she wants. Let her do what she wants. She's a grown woman. She's
influenced
She
right
is
now.
a grown woman who is rich. Let her do. She don't need no other person telling her what to do.
You're telling her what to do by.
I didn't know. She said she's willing to pay, and I'm just saying, sure. If she's willing to pay, sure, she can pay for my drink.
And I'm suggesting to her not to do that. So there you go.
Well, first of all, your suggestions are bad. You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just gonna face them.
Shion, do you want to pay or do you not want to pay?
How much is it, darling?
Well,
I
for
don't
his
know.
keg, it's 35 gold.
That's just his keg.
just
Only
a keg.
35 gold? Oh, here's 50 and let's
Wow.
be done with it.
Yeah, I
just
will
gonna-
gladly take the 50, and Andros is gonna pocket the 50.
You know, this is
Not
just
for you.
Get ready to hold
This
out.
is just pocket money for me, darling.
Yes,
But you
yes.
have to promise me that you use it for this keg and not use it on poor. Like,
You know
do not Mr. Poor Featherstone is already troubled by us. I'm sure of it.
Poor
So
Featherstone.
let's just buy you
He didn't even meet
you
Yusuf.
a freaking keg.
Yes.
Then all of us will have some more wine and cheese, and all will be fine and dandy for the rest of the
Yes.
evening. All right?
I'm just gonna look at
I
Arcturus
like the way you
and
think.
be like,
I like
"Are
the
you
way you
okay
think,
with
Shion.
this?"
I like this Shion. This Shion's very nice. I like how, how very cool she is.
I hope Shion slaps you tomorrow. I just hope she slaps you.
Andros is like smiling to himself. He just pocketed 15. He's gonna try to slide a hand it actually to take it out of it.
Tessa, darling, why would I slap him tomorrow if I can slap him now? And I sort of proceed to slap him but miss. So it's like,
Ow! Ow!
Almost
Wow!
swings at stocks.
Oh, you hit me, Shion. Ah.
Full face in the cheese.
Yeah.
now let's all enjoy our evening together and just here's to us and to the hangover we'll have in the morning. And
Exactly.
just
Yeah, that's great. I like it.
So, Andros, once again,
What's up?
where the hell did you learn magic?
Guys, I do not. I listen. I'm as shocked as you are.
Wait, he knows
But-
magic?
No, I don't. The thing that's connected with me does.
The thing.
Broster,
thing.
my
Broster.
buddy, he's connected to me, and that's how I've learned all of this. Listen. I promise you, none of my Loxodon training had me learn magic. I promise you. I think that would have been really cool. You see how excited I was hearing it, like seeing that magic, right? I mean, there's no way I'm learning magic. Like I'm learning my magic as you guys are seeing it.
Okay, that's cryptic.
I wish I knew more. I wish I knew. All I know is what you guys have told me about my own magic. I know I can, go invisible, which, I don't know. I mean, and then I can, disguise myself. And you guys tell me it's one type of magic, and that's all I know about it. If there was more I knew, I would totally be telling you.
So if Maeve would try to throw a fireball, you could catch it.
Yeah, I guess.
We don't try that here.
Okay, yeah, what's not, please?
Oh, what time is it, guys? What time is it?
I don't know. It's kind of
It's around 6-ish at this point.
No, it's still early.
I'm just gonna mention, so are we still all heading to the sigil at some point, or is Shion too drunk?
That depends, darling. Do they have more drinks?
They have drinks there.
Then let's go!
Did Don Ross get his whole keg of drink yet?
The keg hasn't arrived yet, as
they're waiting
you
on
can
it.
see it on the counter, but they have not brought it over as they are waiting
why.
to get confirmation.
Wow. Well, this is great.
I hope Yusuf smites you with his nice-looking sword that you never got to see.
Who's Yusuf? I don't know who he is, but
Exactly,
sure. I mean, he can
exactly.
rolling up.
As
he
you
can.
say that, the halfling man enters through the door, accompanied by a human man of familiarity, as Yusuf walks through the doors with the halfling man.
Well, this is great.
Well, Donruss doesn't know, but
I believe you've opened up a tab.
I didn't.
I gave you. I get the I'll just have the 50 gold ready and like. I'm out of this. I want nothing more to do with it. Here's my share. I paid for your stupid keg, and now I'm gonna throw up probably.
Yeah, you. First of all, wait. You're the guy that Arcturus said we have the tab with?
Yusuf, you want to join in?
Now, that is what I've been waiting for. As he pulls up a stool and sits down beside you all.
What?
I'll have the usual, please. As she walks on over, she starts pouring him a pint in a chalice, brings it over, places it to him, and you see the chalice is made purely of gold with gemstones in it. And he starts to drink from it as the keg gets brought to your table.
so Yusuf,
Andros.
I was making sure that you knew about this first, but now that you're here, why don't you tell us a few stories?
Well, I could do, but I would first like to hear about yours. You're new to the city and, well, what's your next job? You did save my nephew's life, so I will more than happily share an evening and pay for your drinks and your meals and my own. But I'd love to hear why you're here.
Me specifically, or all of them?
All of you. You saved my nephew's life. I'd love to know more about the people that would do such a honorable thing.
Oh, before we get into that, I think we need some entertainment, by the way. Where's Erhard?
I didn't think you were too short.
Has anybody seen
Do
him?
you know where Galorn is as well?
I did see him. We were in a library together, but then he was gonna do some reading because he can read and is therefore not allowed to bring the books with him. So I told him he should tell them he can't read. But anyway, he was gonna stay there, and then I don't know where he went to that.
Oh, so he found you?
We walked into each other on my way. Oh my god,
He's
guys!
good, though.
I prayed today.
You what?
Okay, you prayed.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I forgot to tell you. I guess I was so distracted by my books and the wine and the cheese because why not? But I got really overwhelmed today. So when you all went and did your thing, I just started walking around the city, and I walked into this cherry tree. I was kind of just wanting to like be alone for a little while, and I'm gonna show them my quarterstaff and show them the amber that has the tree in it.
Mm-hmm.
The day that I was summoned out of my forest by someone, I was given this, and I wasn't sure what it did, but I do know it has some sort of magical power. But I recognized the symbol today on the robes that people were wearing around the cherry tree. So I was like very confused and approached someone, surprisingly, and they told me it was the symbol of Kalia, who is the goddess of nature. So I happened to be next to her temple, and I went in and prayed, and now I have this pink leaf. And I showed him the pink leaf.
Pink leaf. So you prayed to a goddess or a god.
Would it be nature? Would I roll nature or something else to look at?
I like
the
that leaf.
Yeah, you can roll a nature check.
Y'all believe? Y'all
I
believe
need
in
to-
this?
I don't know.
Yeah, as you look at the leaf that you see before you, you never went to the Tree of Serenity, so you don't know what trees and the foliage there is. However, it doesn't look organic from this land per se. It's the way that it is doesn't quite match what you've seen in these parts. But you, even with a nat 20, unfortunately, you don't get any more information than that.
So you believe in this
strange leaf
deity or this thing above everything else?
Don't know. I was never religious. But I do believe there's a greater good to nature, because how else would it be as great as it is?
Right.
And maybe, yeah. I want to figure this out. I want to figure out who Kalia is and why I have been given this piece of amber, and I don't know. I'm gonna see what happens with this. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
What did you learn at the temple?
I learned that there's now 4 birds there that I have named, and one of them followed me around the city afterwards, and they like nuts.
You named birds.
I did. I named one, and then the other 3 asked for a name too because they got jealous. So I named them Burb, Berg, and I can't remember. Same thing.
They spoke to you?
Birds after.
God, you guys do know that I can talk to animals, right?
Yeah, we've seen you talk to a horse.
Yeah, she talked to the horse before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen this
That
before.
was on the other card.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do a little socializing outside of this group sometimes, and it's with animals.
Socializing.
Right. Right.
You
So
truly are a strange bunch.
You
Wow.
can say that again, Yusuf.
we're very, we're an interesting bunch.
I don't think I've ever met a Loxodon, Vidolkin, a bird-speaking woman, a worshipper of Solidin,
Paladin. Yeah, I actually went to the temple earlier.
and Quirinesian before.
Question: you've never met Loxodon? So wait. So you've never had Loxodon, approach you, your store, nothing like that.
Never, no.
Never.
Nope. I do believe there are a few of your kind up
There's
north, but
one here.
that's all I know. Oh, there's one in the city as well?
Yeah. If you ever meet him, just don't mention me. All right. Just leave my name away from him. Anywho. he's gonna take a big chug of his keg, and he's gonna set it down and just go. By the way, you're kind of prominent in the city, I'd suppose, right? I mean, you own a store after all.
I myself, not particularly, but I have some wealth, so I do have stature, yes.
Stature. Okay. Can you tell me possibly maybe what? 'Cause I know there's people from this city in Fortis right now, right? If I've heard correctly.
There's what? Sorry, say this one more time.
Fortis. There's people from here in Fortis helping, I guess, in some way.
Henry Weston, the one running for the voice of Arkenvale, he does believe in allying Veritas to fight against Fortis if they do decide to travel across the pond, as they say.
Wait, what people from Fortis? The Imperium?
The Imperium.
Okay.
Henry Weston believes that they will not stop once they have taken Fortis,
Well, we
as
know
they
they
wish
won't.
to unite the world as opposed to a continent.
Yeah, no, we know. Well, I know he will. I know the Imperium will. I've actually ran into them once.
Right.
Yeah. So, have you heard any information of Loxodons coming across to Veritas in any way, shape, or form?
I believe not many get the chance to flee Fortis.
What do you mean?
Well, the Imperium have amassed a fleet, and they are locking down the continent as best they can.
So they can't. So they're not allowing people to leave the continent?
As far as I had heard, yes.
What are you aiming for, Andros?
Just want to know information. I want to know what's going on. Seems like not many people have information around here.
Gosh, the
To be
man.
fair, Fortis is
He
another
was
continent,
asking.
so-
He was asking for our stories. Just you might as well tell it.
Well, Andros should tell his story. How he got over here.
I was in the Loxodon, my tribe's military, back over in Fortis. And due to circumstances in battle, I ran and escaped Fortis to come over here to Veritas, where I came by a boat with a man that who took me to Veritas. I traveled with him. I wanted to get a new life, and I ended up here in Veritas, where I've found these people and began helping them with their journey to hopefully someday be able to help my own people at some point.
So you're saying you're a deserter, darling?
That's not a very nice word to be throwing out, but
And what of your story, Arcturus?
Yes, the name is Arcturus. Mine is a pretty difficult one if you are not very familiar with the mind of magic. But to put it easy, I am inclined with, let's say this, temporal manipulation. In other words, messing with time, portals, and such. It was my research back in the plains. I got a breakthrough on a portal, which I was not able to continue for reasons. I neglected my orders. I stepped through the portal. I came in this world, and I ventured off with a place. I have no idea where it was. I was no idea where I was going. And before I knew it, I was stripped to a pole. And out of nowhere, when I opened my eyes, that drunk lady was with me. And since then, we were bound together by a, well, so to say, deity.
Oh my. That is, quite the tale, really.
No need to spell it out, darling.
Andros is gonna slowly pat Arcturus' back as to try to comfort him. feeling bad for him.
Well, the main focus on Lady Shion's and my trip is to find the orb of eternal fire we spoke about before. And that's why our adventure led us here, to find more information about those thieves and thugs who stole it from your nephew.
Yes, so the orb itself, which was my brother's, then down to my nephew's, you believe to have been stolen and brought here, correct?
Well, we don't know if it's here. We do know it's past Arkenville.
It passed through here.
Exactly. We don't know if it's exactly here.
Well, if it was the thieves, and, well, it would be one of the two factions that I am aware of, which is the Requisition, which I spoke of previously, and the Crooked Clasp. Either one could have taken it, but, well, the Crooked Clasp, from my knowledge, as I said before, it wasn't very... I'm not too knowledgeable on it, but I've heard that they're more thugs, and they do shadier stuff within the city. The Requisition used to go by another name, but now has gone under new leadership, and they wish
what was the older name?
They used to go by the Bernardos. Now, it is the Requisition, as the son of the head of the family has taken over. And as far as I'm aware, he has rebranded and wishes to play further afield. Now, if that is the case, it would to me sound more like the Requisition's work, as opposed to the Crooked Clasp. However, you said it was taken from my nephew, which is still within Arantis, so either side could be at play here.
So you said
Andros, if I may, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Does the name the Shatter Axe ring a bell?
Cataraxes, I believe they were a group of highwaymen that lived in the brambles, not too far from Arkenvale. Last I heard that the guards of Arkenvale had cleared out their hideout.
They
The guards
did now.
where?
How long was that ago?
What guards?
About a month or so past.
Okay.
The guards of Arkenvale patrolled the trade routes between the villages. For example, there are guards that go between Woodstock and Ironwood and back, and they also travel from Arkenvale to Essen as well. They used to travel to Sardonis, but since the sinkhole incident, they have been rather tied up with escorting the refugees from the town.
Sinkhole.
There has been a sinkhole?
Yes, there has been some trouble to the north, up in Erentol. A group of individuals went into a mine nearby, and they believe they collapsed some of the supporting pillars and sunk half of the town of Erentol, killing hundreds of people.
Wow.
Lovely.
That sounds like a
Tragic.
great group.
Tragic.
And they're still out about on the run?
Some believe that they died in the collapse of the mine, because the entire infrastructure collapsed with it. But there are no bodies or any identification of who or what did this.
Interesting.
The only thing is that the sinkhole is in the center of town, and now the beasts known as troglodytes fill the streets of Erentol and attack the civilians. They came from the depths below.
Oh, we better stay away from there.
Yeah. My
Yes.
question about this hideout they were at. I mean, did they flee? Was there any did they know of any survivors from this raid on them?
They took some prisoners and they brought them back to the city and jailed and imprisoned them and sent some off for execution, the ones that were in charge.
You said this
but
was a month ago, right?
A month ago, yes, but a lot of them did scramble, obviously escaping, as you can imagine. There was about over 100 of the Shatter Axes originally.
Did they have any noticeable names that escaped this, or?
I unfortunately only get hearsay. Being a man of my stature and an ex-warrior, some of my friends are within the guardsmen.
Seeing as they got wiped out, maybe they maybe they assimilated with one of the people here, like the crooked class for their requisition.
Could very well be. If they have nowhere else to turn and no form of leadership, maybe they sought out another.
Did anyone possibly mention? I don't know. Maybe it's a long shot, but did anyone mention about anything with the orb that they wanted for any reason? Or I mean,
Not to my knowledge, no. Obviously, my nephew had many visitors that he showed the trophy room to. As I can imagine, it was his pride and joy. It was the greatest artifacts that his father had left him.
does he know these people who came and visited the trophy room?
Many people would have passed over the years, you see.
See.
And if we were to inquire the information of it, about those orbs, about what happened, who would we go to?
If you wish to know of the whereabouts of the item?
Or the ones responsible for stealing it? I imagine that if the hideout was raided by the guards, then the guards must know something.
Well, the guards raided the Shatteraxe hideout. The Shatteraxe is, as far as we were aware, disbanded.
Banded.
But like your friend Contessa said here, maybe the Remainers sought out another group to, acquire work from.
Has over the past month there been a spike in activity from these groups, or has it actually been relatively quiet?
Again, unfortunately, I
butchered
am
that sentence.
just
Right.
I know I
No, I
butchered that
understand.
sentence.
Understand.
Tim, you're unmuted. Cool. Yes, I unfortunately am not a member of the guard, and I just hear word from friends within the military.
Do you have a friend within the guard that we can possibly make a meet with, maybe get some information, or?
I do not know if they would speak to people not from the city itself. I could inquire on behalf of you if you wished.
Yes, more so information on the activity of these groups. Maybe if they've gained, maybe they've more activity lately within the city. Things like that would be very, very helpful.
Very well.
Should we be pressing so hard here?
I mean,
I would be careful, like I said before. Speaking with these individuals or making yourself known to them, especially if they have something you wish to acquire and they find that out. Well, let's just say, if they're aware, it's less likely you'll find it. Or find out about it.
yes,
I would
100%.
maybe try to keep it as close to your chest as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to talk with someone at a magic shop. Artemis, he actually said he had a few contacts in the city, but I felt like it could have backfired on us if I, indulged too much information.
If you can trust him, by all means,
Nice.
but otherwise.
Seemed like a nice guy. I also bought something from him, so maybe he's more inclined to, be more trustworthy.
Guys. I just had an idea. Wild idea. Bad idea.
Could
Hear
involve
me out.
lying.
Shoot it.
Would you like me to leave, or?
No.
No.
No,
We
you're
see
good,
you as a
Yusuf.
friend. You're a friend.
I'll
Taurus,
drink to that.
Andros will take a drink to that too.
Yes.
you told me this morning that you have a necklace that whenever I feel like I need to escape this mayhem, I can go into it. How many people can go into your necklace?
I don't know. I've only got there with myself. I've never tried more than one.
Yeah,
What
we
are
can
you
get-
suggesting? What are you
If
suggesting?
we can get everybody but Andros in there, and Andros does the disguise himself as somebody that they would speak to, and he can take us with him wearing the necklace. We're all there.
Darling, are you suggesting that Ondros is actually speaking to other people?
I
You know where
actually am
the
suggesting we leave
went
Dondros
last
in
time?
charge of the zone, yes.
Hear me out. Hear me out. I actually almost agree with that because I already have prior information on this group that we're dealing with. I actually got some information about them, so I would know a little bit more about what's going on. And on top of that, I can disguise myself, but here's the issue: that only lasts for an hour. Now this conversation takes more than an hour. I'm going to go back,
here.
and I don't know how to get you guys out of the necklace.
And you go invisible for another however long.
But they already see me going invisible. There's no point
You
going
just say
invisible.
you need to go to the toilet and then you go invisible.
Right, yes, Maeve, because that would totally be the best way to go about this.
Maeve, no, like.
But they wouldn't know that was you because you were disguised as someone
Yeah,
else.
that is true. I will say this, though. I think that plan could work, but I also think it's better and if I actually stay out and no,
Yeah, that's
someone
what
else
she
stays
said.
out with me and actually, because I can definitely disguise myself. But here's the thing, right? We already know.
Can
my
anyone
ability
else
to talk to
disguise
people-
themselves?
No, but what's
Gion
stopping
can.
is
I have
Gion
my-
has.
I have my pretty cloak,
There
and
we go.
I can absolutely charm the socks off anyone. Probably, maybe
Exactly.
not in
And
this
she's-
state. I might need a little bit of
she's a little
sleep
bit
and
drunk.
maybe vomit a little bit. I am not 100% sure, darling. But yes, I can charm and I can look like a beggar or whatever you want me to look like. I do not prefer to look like a beggar.
What
Obviously.
if?
And
Okay,
then Erhard can also use his things on Shion as well.
if we know,
Bring me up, darling. And I just
If
take
we-
another sip.
if we know who a trustworthy person would be that this gang would want to speak to, aka this guy's Don Ross, and we bring Shion looking even richer than she already is as a potential client, and they want to buy the orb thingy that we've been looking for.
here's the issue with that
Wait,
problem.
Maeve,
is no one knows-
actually, I can ask Artemis where Winters is, and then we can go talk to him.
No, here's the issue with that plan, right? Here's the issue. Who's to say these guys don't have an objective with the orb and that's why they stole it, right? We don't know why they wanted the orb. We don't know what was the reasoning to go get the orb in the first place, right? If we walk in there, let's say they're trying to get the orb to someone else, right? Someone else actually paid them to go get the orb, right? And we
But if
come
we
in there
pay
as if we're
double
trying to
that-
buy it.
Yeah, but
no.
if they want
That could be
money-
an issue, though. What if they're more loyal to that person that went to get the orb?
If they
now,
want
they're
money-
automatically gonna be suspicious of us.
If they
and
want
they're gonna
money,
wanna,
that
they're gonna
is.
wanna fight us.
If they want money, darling, that is absolutely no problem. If they want something else, we'll bring out the little devil that Maeve has, and if not, we just light them all on fire. Have some more wine, have some more cheese, and we're all gonna be golden.
We're playing a very
Look,
risky game with this plan.
Andros,
A
but
very
the
risky
brigands and thieves. You know the
Yes,
the
Contessa.
mantra.
We do not
No honor
know what
among
their
thieves.
objective is. We do not know what they want the orb for, right? Again, content is everything. Like the context of why they want the orb is important to
But
us, right?
maybe-
Just
So
one,
we do
that
nothing
tells
then.
us how
So
we
we
should
do nothing
approach the
then.
situation. Exactly. So why are we going in there with this kind of plan of trying to buy the orb when we
Then
should just go
may-
in there trying to get the information in the first place?
Wait, we can do that as well. We're just coming up with ideas. We're brainstorming. But maybe they can also put us in contact with who hired them to get the orb in the first place. So
That's what we
then,
should do to begin
Exactly.
with. That's what we should do to begin with, not the whole buying
thought
idea.
that-
The buying
But yeah,
idea is honestly-
you want someone with you. I'm trying to brainstorm how we
Exactly.
could get someone else with you.
But guys,
That was implied. I don't know how.
I see a flaw in the plan.
What's that?
Like Andros said, there probably is someone who wants to buy it or wants to use it. He's the main head. But they're brigands. If brigands are falling for one thing, it's coin.
That's what
If
I was trying
we-
to tell Andros.
Exactly. So I agree with the rest and I disagree with Andros because that's the flaw in the whole plan. If we go to the head, we might never get the orb back. If we buy it before it gets to the head, that's our shot.
Exactly.
And if not, we light them all on fire and have
Or
more
we just
wine.
take it from them forcibly.
Listen,
forcibly.
didn't we just have a conversation about we should keep everyone safe? So now we're trying to shove everyone to a necklace and hoping that they're gonna even take the idea of buying an orb to begin with.
Sorry. I would still be very careful about how you approach this. Like I said before, and I'll warn you again, you do not wish to tread on the toes of those that run parts of the city.
We don't plan on staying here, so.
But that
Well,
doesn't.
yes, but try not to make it shittier for the rest of us.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Need to make this untraceable if we do this.
Right.
You said you're going to approach them about the orb. So what's your story as to how you know why it's left the place it was in? You're gonna need to think about this.
I would hope we could figure out that who would be someone who would know about this orb and have Don Ross disguise as them.
But then how am I gonna know the information? What if they know some information I do not know? And now I'm going in there hoping, like, this is banking on the idea that these guys are actually, like, gonna just play along and thinking I just know everything about this orb already. What if they ask me a question about the orb I just do not know? Right?
But how
if
do
we're
they
gonna
know?
this,
How do
the
they
idea
know
is
about
we
the
should
orb,
know
though?
everything. We should know everything. Who's to say they don't know? I mean, what?
Darling, why don't you send one of us instead? I'm pretty sure Arcturus and I know more about the orb than you do, even though it is maybe
Exactly.
only a fraction of it.
I also happen to know someone that knows of the orb.
Who
knows everything about it, like what he can do.
I was there when we found it.
Right.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Me and my brother, when we acquired it in an ancient temple years ago, we found it amongst relics of the fire titans and other such things.
You found it?
Yes, we traveled many moons ago in the south of Veritas, and we stumbled across a derelict temple. We decided to venture further in and found various wares. We, unfortunately, couldn't get as much as we wanted, as we awoke something beneath the ground.
Any mercenary companies called the Tungsten Wolves involved by any chance?
No, but I have heard of them.
Naturally, I have a bone to pick with them.
As do many in Quirin.
But please, continue.
The ruins themselves were abandoned for years, and no one dare enter them. We merely attempted to try to see how far we could get. But we awoken something beneath the ground. We left before anything could happen, but we managed to acquire a few artifacts, one of which including the orb.
What was the ruins called?
The ruins, they have a name for it in Quirin. Maybe your friend here would know, but it is to the,
The ruins of Kra by any chance?
Is that to the west of Sartusha?
Yes, it is in fact. They have been deserted for many years, if I recall
Yes.
correctly. Are you
Can I
sure
roll?
there was treasure there?
Can I roll history on that?
Yeah, go for it.
What did
It's
you
going to be a
awaken?
pretty high DC for yourself.
What did you awaken there?
Yeah, unfortunately, just one under, I'm afraid.
Damn it!
Yeah. Yeah, you've heard of ruins in the desert, but yeah, you wouldn't know the name.
Yeah.
What was that? Sorry, Andros.
What did you awaken there? What do you mean?
We do not
by-
know. We left before it arose, but the ground beneath us trembled, and it seemed to be an almighty creature.
Sounds like a ruin. we
The
should never
ruins
have
of
anything to do with.
Kra.
Many dare not venture it, but because of the stories of how dangerous it was, me and my brother many years ago decided, well, if no one else is looking for treasure there, maybe we should.
I know of many people that have tried and many more who have failed. It's been known to be deserted for centuries, and you say you just found treasure there?
Well, let's just say this is the home to my sword.
You must be extraordinary.
I was once.
That is why I didn't want to anger Yusuf with this tab, guys.
I'm just shocked.
I'm more than happy to help those that help me and my family. But yes, I was quite a famed swordsman back in my time. And nowadays I do not need to do the fighting, as this does it for me. And he just puts the hand on the hilt of the blade.
A nice sword. What kind of sword is that?
Some would call it the dancing sword.
The dancing sword?
Yes.
I don't know if I'm gonna take a drink to that. That's not a cool name.
Would you like to see?
Yeah, of course.
He whistles and the sword unsheaths itself and hovers in the air in front of him.
How'd you do that?
Let's just say, by the aid of magic. I myself am no magical practitioner, but the blade itself is now bound to me and fights for me.
Oh, so it's almost like my thing where I have my dead friend attached to me. That makes a lot of sense.
I want to run an
Sorry?
Arcana check on that.
No.
He looks at you like, what?
I'm gonna roll one too.
Okay, yeah, go for Arcana.
Oh, damn it. Damn your rolls.
Contessa with a 20.
It's a weapon. It's a weapon.
Yes, it makes sense. It makes sense that you would know. Yeah, you have heard of this blade before. They do come in a variety of different styles and aesthetics and that sort of thing. But you have heard that the dancing sword is a blade that is commanded by its user to fight on its behalf. You know that the sword can attack a certain amount of times before having to resheath. But it is a magical blade that, yeah, fights for its user.
So I could see why your prowess would keep being the way it is, no matter how old you get, because...
Well, yes, my body may fail me, but my mind still is keen.
Interesting.
That's so cool.
Yes, it's very cool.
Yeah. How long did it take you to use that thing?
Well, it took me a good week or so to master it fully. I'm so used to using my body as the weapon, and focusing it to become the mind. Yes.
Do you have any other cool weapons like that, or
Maybe.
maybe I can.
Yeah, we
go
all
take a
did.
look?
We all
Come see
did
some of
say
them?
some stories about ourselves. We didn't. We'd like to hear more about yours.
I've just told you probably the best one.
So wait, you have more weapons like that. Like, I listen. I would like to come see some of them. I like weapons myself. I'm a
Maybe one day I will show you the small collection that I still have.
small collection, as in.
I have a few more trinkets, yes.
He needs to trust you, Andros.
It's not a matter of trust, it's more... Look what happened to my nephew.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I understand.
I've learned from his mistakes.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of us are learning from mistakes. Yeah, that's cool.
But, like you said, who would know of the orb's existence? I would. Maybe
But
I
you
could
wouldn't-
approach them.
It's true. That's a good point.
No,
We don't put you in danger like that.
Yusuf,
Told
I don't.
anyone about the
Yusuf.
Yusuf in the last few years?
I have not, no.
Yusuf, I don't think that'd be a good idea because they would know your Yusuf Featherstone.
They would.
And they stole it
But
from
maybe,
Felix.
maybe, if, like you said, they are driven by coin, they would know that I have wealth, and they would know that if I wish to buy back my nephew's belongings, I would be one that would know about it.
We couldn't put you in danger like that, though.
Maybe
How
you
about
could
this?
accompany me.
How tall
That
are you,
sounds like a good idea.
I don't think this is about putting someone in danger. I do think this is a solution to the problem by providing more coin than the initial buyer.
Yeah.
I agree, but depends who that buyer is.
Yeah.
So we have to find out who is the buyer.
Well, I know a certain individual who would definitely buy such an artifact, but he's not from here.
Ooh.
Who is it?
It's the Baron of Sardonis,
Who's that?
an evil, vile man that every month demands tribute from the people in his town. He holds a feast and demands tribute from all of the taxpayers within his town. But what with the city currently dealing with the sinkhole in Erental, Sardonis is being left alone and to its own devices. That man would do anything for power, for wealth, for stature.
Sounds like my type of guy.
How far away is this place from here?
It's probably about a 5-day travel.
Holy.
I don't think we have the time for that.
well,
the orb
well,
might
this
be gone
guy
by the
is-
time.
Well, either way, I mean, we go there or not. I mean, we don't know where the orb is, right? I mean, we don't know the location.
But if it's here, it's going to be gone by the time we get back, is what I'm saying.
Okay, but it could already be gone. We don't know.
Exactly. We don't know. So
What
if it is here, we lose it.
What if I inquired about it? Told them I was willing to pay an awful lot of coin.
Do
Maybe
it.
then they would hold on to it longer.
But it'll make them think twice about their current buyer.
I could at least stall,
That's
at the very
point.
least.
Yeah,
I think that's a good start.
it's a great.
At
start.
It's
least.
an idea, anyway.
Would you like us to go with you, or a few of us to go with you, or do you think it's better to go alone?
Firstly, I need to figure out which one of them has it.
How much time would you need to find that out?
A day or two.
Well, I have a few contacts, but it could take days. If you had a way of locating such a thing, and you could find its whereabouts, then
Do
that
you
would cut it down.
have a drawing of it? Because I might be able to.
A drawing.
So I don't know what it looks like. I've never seen it
Oh,
because
well.
it was stolen, but
I could draw it up for you, yes.
I can
I'm not-
try.
I'm not a very good artist, though.
Wait. Contessa just had a brilliant idea that might just be shot down right away, depending on the answer. But can Tor Dust only see people, or can he see items as well?
You can see items. I mean, he used Naughty's item to find Naughty, right? So I mean, you think about the almost like
The only
concept-
problem
we
to
don't
that is
know-
that no one ever saw the orb.
That's why Maeve's bringing up the drawing.
Wait, but he
No,
does,
but
right?
he.
Why don't we bring him with us? He knows the orb. He's seen it. He's the one who went and got it, right? So if anything,
but-
he should be able to tell the turtle about it. And the
Yeah.
turtle should be able to locate it through
Turtle
him.
could tell us potentially where it is.
Yeah, but using this guy.
Well, I can
I-
try it for free before we try asking Tor.
Okay.
I think for now, this is a conversation to think about. I think you have many options in which you can deviate to, but it's getting rather late, and if I drink too much of this, then, well, let's just say I'll be waking up awfully bad in the morning.
Like Shion? Just
Oh,
look at it.
very much like your friend Shion here. I think you should drink some water before sleep.
Read.
You might be right, darling.
Oh, I think she sewed it up already a bit.
Well, I mean, whatever he told me reminded me of home. I'm shocked to find out the whole story about the ruins of Kra, to be honest. And even more shocked, I mean, you told me you visited my homeland, but never that you were so close to my actual home.
Yes, I never went to Sartusha itself. The slavery put me off, I'm afraid.
Random question.
So,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead, because I need
No.
I need no, because I need to like dig through my brain for a second.
Oh, mine was a random question. Sir Featherstone, quick question. Is there a place where one can go to dance and kind of just let off a little bit of, just to get some fun in?
You wish for a bit of a club?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, a club.
As long as there are more drinks involved, I'm so in.
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be. It will be more in the, I believe there's one in the Amber Ward. Let me just recall my information. It's been a while since I've boogied.
I believe I'm quite a dancer, to be honest with you, and
Quite the dancer.
Yeah.
I would suggest going to, there is live music performed and stage performances in the Crimson Crown. It's a little upper market, and it is in the Amber Ward.
Gotcha. I kind of want to. You mind if I show you my beautifulness in the arts of dancing?
Beautifulness? Is that a word?
Grace. I don't know. Something like that.
Was that to me or to?
No,
right.
Yusuf,
yes.
Yusuf, I'll have you know that this guy tried to pick up a dwarf one day.
No.
There's
And
nothing wrong with
Andros is
that.
gonna extend a hand to anybody at the table. Would anyone care to allow me to show my gracefulness in the arts of dancing?
Gion!
In 1 second, have one more question for Joseph.
Yes, please. Before I leave from this display.
This
Are you-
debacle.
Did you say you were well traveled around?
Yes, I've traveled across the land. I was an adventurer, but some would call me a treasure hunter.
Would you know of any names of any forests that you have gone to? I remember I'm trying to figure out where I'm from, and I think I remember the name of the forest. I don't know what the place is that I'm from.
What's your forest name?
Elanastran Forest.
Elanaston Forest. Well, that is the region north of Arantis, between here and Kuvak. It is a long strip of forest land. It used to be a metropolis until years ago when the capital vanished. All of its inhabitants gone.
Wait, what?
The Elanaston Forest used to be the hub for many of the druid-like kin and such, and, the city itself vanished during the Age of Darkness, 700 years ago.
Can I roll a history on that?
Sure.
Wait, it vanished?
Okay, well.
A
whatever.
12? I would say you've probably heard of it. It's not for you, for being in a richer family, it's probably one of those tales that was told to younger children.
Yeah.
It was probably more like a folk tale. You assumed it to be false, some sort of like
Like the lost city of Atlantis.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where it was like, if you're not good this year, then your city will disappear. Like something along that sort of story type thing. Yeah.
But wait, you're telling me that where I'm from has been gone for 700 years?
Well, there are multiple towns within the Elanaston forests. It's quite a large place. The forests span from as far as Arantis all the way to Zotish. It's quite a large forest.
But what area has vanished?
Just the capital city.
Oh, okay. I thought you was telling me the whole place had vanished.
Not the entire forest, no. Just the capital city itself vanished 700 years ago. All of its inhabitants had just disappeared. Those that had left the city during that time returned to nothing but fields. All the trees gone.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yusuf,
Okay,
also
that is,
before you Yep. You
Yes.
said you were in contact with guards a little bit, right?
Yes, yes.
And you did say they patrolled the Essen?
They do, yes. It's the trade route, you see, between here, Karatosh, and then Essen, the main trade route. It also goes down the Serpent's Path towards Cairo, and then to Essen as well.
Huh. Is there any mishappenings happening in Essen? That's where I'm from, you see.
Essen itself, I'm unaware of. Karatosh does have apparently a cultist problem in the lower districts.
Cultist.
Great.
Yes, and the mines of Cairo are apparently overrun with kobolds.
What?
What?
Yusuf-
Wait, what would you say?
Yusuf, you know what? How? It seems like this continent is flooded with problems. Is this the norm? You've been around for a long time now.
Good question.
Unfortunately, due to Arantis' empire growing, it draws attention from all over. Arantis used to be split in two different factions, but when Arantis merged into one, it began to prosper, with the Ironwood being claimed by all of Arantis, places like Craddock and the Elenaston forests, Kuvak, even the Quirinese wish to get their hands on such a strong wood.
Of course the Quirinese want the wood, obviously.
Did you say wood?
Yes, well,
That's
it
fine.
is rather sought after, and the Quirinese port leads directly to, after a few weeks of travel, to the Ironwood, so if they sailed to Fortis, they would often see it.
You said the mines were filled by what?
Kobold.
Kobolds, they are small, lizard-like dragon folk.
They're not that.
Would Andros
They're
have
not
seen
that
them
beefy.
before?
Probably, yeah. They're like 3 foot tall dragon lizard things.
Oh.
They're
They're
annoying
people.
little
They are
monsters.
people. They're like goblins, but the dragon kind of goblins.
Yeah, I almost stepped on one of those one time, I believe.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised to hear from
Yeah,
it.
they're pretty small, you know?
Well,
Fun size.
sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that in front of a halfling, a gnome, or a goblin, but yes.
Why?
Well, they might take offense.
Offensive.
Andros doesn't know how to talk sometimes. Forgive him.
It doesn't bother me. I'm not a gnome, goblin,
Right.
or a halfling, but
Anywho.
that man there is, and he's not sat too far away.
Who?
There's a halfling man sat at a table eating some porridge, just giving Andros shit
Also-
eye now.
By the way, Andros is gonna make a quick look around and see if there's anyone hooded sitting in the tavern with him.
Sure, roll me a perception check.
Oh.
This is kind of important.
An 11? There's
Yeah.
a couple of hooded figures, yeah.
Great. And anyone not looking towards me? Anyone not listening? Anyone close?
2 individuals sat at a table in your looking towards your direction, but they're at a
Can I-
table. That's where the chairs were.
Do I notice Andros being like a little bit? There's a word for this. It's not
Shady?
anxious. Being
Shifty.
not shifty.
Suspicious?
Shifty.
Looking around.
Yeah, he's being shifty.
Yeah.
Like,
Nothing wrong with being suspicious.
do I notice this? Can I roll something
He
for that?
looks over his shoulder. Yeah, sure. Roll me an insight check.
Okay.
Sure.
17. Yeah, you do. And I would say with that 17, you notice Andros is looking at these 2 individuals. Why don't you roll me a perception as well, Contessa?
Okay.
Because you've noticed.
Okay.
it.
Lovely. Lovely.
Yeah, you see the 2 individuals facing your direction. They seem to both be talking to one another. But yeah, every now and then they just stop talking and then they look around the tavern.
I'm just gonna give Andros a look. And you know what? Contessa's going to get out a piece of I don't know, like something from her Tinder box, like that would usually be flammable, but she's just gonna write, "Is everything okay?" on it and slide it to him.
Andros is gonna look at this. He's kind of like, this is so okay. And he's gonna write, sure, and just slide it back.
And you guys are doing this, we're gonna really quickly cut to Erhard before we end.
Erhard is alive! Yay!
Yeah, I know. It was so. I was like, it's okay. He'll come join the gang. But then you were like, you wanted to do other things. I was like, God damn it! I wanted to get this bit out of the way. So cool.
He's pissed drunk.
Erhard, as your 3 pints of ashen ale in sat around the table, what are you up to?
Well, I kind of look around. Anyone, if there's anyone around me that might be like, that might seem like he wants to strike a conversation or anything, but if none of those are, then I would just walk over to the barkeep or wink them over or something.
Yeah, there's a rather young-looking half-elven man. Who is drinking a beer. He looks very excited to be here. He's like amazed by everything going on around him, but you can definitely tell he's quite young. He's probably like 18 at max. And he looks very like green, like very fresh. And he's looking around like really excited, but he's sat alone, completely on his own.
Well, I guess I will just go on over and slide in next to him.
Yeah,
with the like pint in hand still, like.
As you slide on in next to him, he looks at you and he's like, "Oh, hello."
Hello. How are you doing?
Oh, great! Your performance was really good, by the way.
Well, thank you. I've practiced quite a bit.
I haven't learned that the levitate yet, but it's one of the ones I really want to learn. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It was my first time doing it in front of a crowd, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really cool. It's almost as cool as the the Valkyries. Oh, they can fly.
Yeah, I'm not that proficient yet.
Yeah, but if you keep at it, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So what brings you here? You with the academy?
Yeah, I joined the academy maybe like, I don't know, a couple of weeks back, and everyone was talking about drinking at the sigil, like a few people in my class and a few other people, so I thought I'd come check it out, and, well, yeah, it was crazy. I love it here. It's so cool.
It's fabulous. I was also amazed walking in, like, all the animated things.
Yeah, like, look at that piano! It moves on its own.
Piano.
Yeah, it's just moving around the stage, playing itself. That's so cool.
Pretty cool. So, you know anyone that I can talk to that might know how I might get like a sneak peek of the academy?
Oh well, anyone of a professor's position and up, they're allowed a +1 into the academy.
Is there anyone here tonight? Do you know?
He looks around. Like I said, it's my first time here, but those over there are in their final year. Him over there, he's been here a few years apparently, and that kid over there's in my class.
Oh,
no teachers here yet though. Oh, there's this really slow Tortle guy.
Is he here?
Professor Tor? He looks around and no, but apparently he comes here at like 6 o'clock every day.
So that's soon.
It's like right now. Maybe he's running late. He's pretty slow.
Yeah, I've seen him run. It was interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, he comes here. I think a few of the other professors come as well, but usually at weekends.
Sure. Thanks, and have a great night.
Did you want to enroll?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I've only learned magic in the woods of sorts.
Wait,
so
how did
far.
you do that? Do they have libraries in the woods? I know books come from trees, but I didn't realize that they'd have a library in a woods. That just seems really actually really practical, because then the paper would already be there, right?
Well, it just comes to me kind of natural. I'm more of a
woods?
No, the magic.
Magic, right?
Yes.
Oh, right. Oh, I've been studying.
Like I've heard that some people have to do that. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I feel I was born with it.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I would like to know enhance the ability.
Well, if you want to enroll, there's a booth over there, and you can see like a letterbox in this booth. Basically, you need to apply to go to the academy. So you need to write a letter about why you want to go and the magic that you've possessed in the past, and if anyone in your family has been any form of arcane caster of all sorts, and you basically put it in there with your address and your name on. And basically, my dad was a wizard, and because he was a wizard there for so many years, I've kind of, my family name is allowed in. But if you were born with magic, I'm sure they'd take you in.
Well, I don't know, like, and I kind of pull out my ritual book, like.
Oh yeah, I've got
my parents were wizards, I believe. Like they left me this book.
Well then, totally, yeah. You need maybe they know of them.
So sure, like that's what I was wondering. Yeah. Maybe there's some information that I can learn more about them.
Yeah, definitely write a letter and put it in that box. Get an envelope, put it in there, and then someone will come and collect it in a week's time.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And if you have any more questions, I'm sure Tom, Dick, and Harry will help. They seem really nice.
Cool. And I get up and then just give him another bow.
What was your name?
Oh, sorry, it's Erhard Weidestaff. I thought you might have caught it earlier. Sorry.
Oh no, I was too excited. Sorry. Thank you.
I'm
nice
glad you enjoyed it. My pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.
And if you want a drink anytime, I might be in here.
Cool.
Don't be afraid to come and say hi.
Cool.
And then he looks around to see if anyone saw you talking to him. Like he's like super excited about the whole thing.
Sure. And I guess you mentioned there's someone who's been here a couple years already.
Yeah. He pointed to one of the students.
Does, like, just to clarify for my understanding, does that mean he's been here awkwardly long, like longer than the people that are here, like in the final year, or
when you spoke to Tordust, it can take multiple years. Like some people stay there like 20 years learning to be a wizard. Some people do it in 10 years. Like it does depend. So him saying 5 years, he may be halfway through his schooling.
Well, I think I would just like to talk to him shortly. Like,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you go on over, and this particular person is a human man, and he's sat there just drinking alone, just minding his own. He's flipping through one of his books, just reading through some of the stuff. And
I guess I sit down and I'm just like, hi, mind if I sit here?
Oh, hey there. Yeah, it's fine. How can I help you?
Sure. My name is Erhard.
Pleasure.
And yeah, I've heard you've been at the academy a couple years. I thought maybe you could give me a couple pointers how to maybe get in, or.
Definitely. If you've done magic before, it's arcanic magic, that is.
Yeah, I'm proficient.
Yeah, just make sure that you write down all the spells that you know. If you've got family that know magic and they have some rapport, or have been to the academy, make sure you write that down. And it's tuition fees as well, so make sure you let them know that you have a steady source of income.
Sure. So how does the studying work exactly? Do you have to be here all the time, or is it just more like a membership?
So it's from 9 a.m. until about 8 p.m. Weekdays. Weekends, there is extra tuition, which is a half day, Saturday, and well, not Saturday, but the day that is Saturday in this world. Weekend tuition, which is half days, but you are to remain within Arkenvale, yes, until you become an approved wizard, and then or spellcaster, and then you can head on to the next stage, which would be a Valkyrie, a Cloak of the Crimson, or a the other one.
So no way of like, I don't know, getting a crash course or something?
Maybe if you're good enough, yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm like currently I'm kind of traveling the land with a couple friends, and you know, not really ready to settle down.
There have been some that have been given passes for the Trispire, but that's usually based upon the fact that they've helped the city with their magic. If they become renowned for something that they've done, then yeah, they can get like an honorary membership, which allows them access to the libraries and the magical stocks and stuff.
Okay. Well, thanks for that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Like, enjoy your reading. And
Thank you.
Maybe see you around.
Yeah, cheers. And yeah, he drinks some of his drink.
Sure. I just finished mine and then put it on. Maybe I guess I had on and put it over on the bar and just have a short chat with Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Yep. Before all three of them look at you.
Head out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Was there anything else I wanted? Let me just check.
That's okay.
Yeah, just asking them like, dude, like this is a bar where all the people come from the academy, right?
Yeah.
Do you know where they frequent for, I don't know, magical equipment, like maybe a staff or something where they channel their equipment, their magic?
Trispire supply everything.
Oh, so nothing outside the spire?
You could go to Sticks and Staffs. They do wands and the such.
Where's that?
It is in the Silver Ward. They also do ironwood items as well. They have a contract with the city.
Oh, really? Thanks for that. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna be heading out. Thanks for letting me.
Hey, no worries. Thank you for the tips.
Well, sure. I hope you have a good night, and maybe we'll see each other again.
I'm sure we will. Hey, Dick, he's leaving. See ya.
Bye, guys.
Yes, and you leave. And I think that is where we will draw the curtains for the session, as it is the final. We're not going to be playing until next year now. That's so sad. We are going to be doing a one-shot. We're going to do a Christmas one-shot on the 17th, which is 2 weeks today. Next week, we will be doing a... Talking Havoc, but on the 17th we will be doing a Christmas one-shot where we will be playing gnomes in Santa's workshop. That is correct. Everyone will be a gnome that works for Santa in his workshop, and they will all have job roles, and it's going to be a lot of silly fun. So do not expect something super serious. It is just for fun. Hopefully, if everyone here has a Christmas jumper or something, we will wear them as well, because that'd just be even better. Awesome. But yeah, we will be back. We'll be back next week for Talking Havoc. Let's go around the room real quick and just say our goodbyes. Go, Eagle!
Hello, everybody. I'm Eagle. You can catch me on the Eagle Outlaw. Cool. And yeah, awesome. Yeah, you guys have a great rest of your evening, night, and I'll see you guys again.
Awesome. And below Eagle, we have Lan. Lan, take it away.
Hello, my name is Lan, the female half of Team Logic and L. Hope you had fun this session, we sure did. And yeah, I was gonna say Merry Christmas, but you guys are gonna see all of us for a little while. So yeah, Team Logic and L, and yeah, have fun.
Awesome, and below Lan, we have Smitty. Smitty, take it away.
Hello, I'm Smitty. I stream on Twitch, and I'm gonna really miss this for the next 4 weeks. It's really sad. But you can still find me over on Twitch to watch me do some mediocre Breath of the Wild or Pokemon gameplay, or find me on any of these guys' cool channels.
Did you say mediocre? Are you stealing Onion's line?
No, we all say it. We all collectively use it. It's fine.
It's because but it's true.
Yep.
Onions lie.
Yep. I agree.
I'm gonna slap the both of you.
Zeb, take it away.
Well, here's where you find truly mediocre content. But anyway, I'm usually live Monday to Friday. Currently a bit weird with my schedules, but I try to be here in the evenings. And yeah, I currently started streaming Magic the Gathering Arena, which was actually quite fun. So I'm gonna do more of that on Monday. Wilderness and No Man's Sky and Tomb Raider and Witcher is pretty much Monday to Friday, each day a different game. So
Nice.
come on and have fun.
And you also drew a card today in Magic the Gathering, which was the Dancing Sword card, which I thought was hilarious, bearing in mind Yusuf has had a dancing sword the entire time. But above Zeb, we have Creed. Creed, take it away.
Yeah, and you can come watch me for anything but mediocre content, where it's just a stupid piece of stupid content. Usually playing Mass Effect series and then probably hopping on to another. I'm probably going to do my Alien Isolation run that I promised like months ago. Try to do it in one sitting and, you know, get the scared the shit out of me. That'd be great.
Awesome. And we have the tech wizard himself and a wizard in game, kind of. Taurus, take it away.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. As again, I'm Tim, and you can find me at the Team Logic NL channel as the male part of Team Logic if you are in for bad gameplay, bad jokes, and very bad banter.
And if you really want truly the worst place on Twitch, the Onion Soup, that's where you can find it. I somehow lost my Shining Pearl Nuzlocke. Don't really know, the game's so easy, but I still lost. Yeah, so yeah, I died on a Nuzlocke on that, don't know how, don't really know why, but yeah. So that's where you can find truly the worst gaming content, but we love to see it, right? You love to watch someone worse than you, and I'm worse than everyone, so come on over. But yeah, that is it. That is our final session for the year in the campaign. Next week, Talking Havoc, we have the one shot the following week after, so guys, don't miss them. They're going to be loads of fun. So yeah, I hope you had a great evening. I hope you really enjoyed, and we will catch you guys on the flip side. So goodbye, goodbye.
Shall we spread the love, guys?
Shall we head out for raid?
We're gonna raid.
Yes.
Do we have a raidy person we want to raid?
We do.
Yeah.
Well, we were raided last time, and I'd say we return the favor.
Oh, are they streaming right now?
Yeah, they are streaming. They're called
perfect.
Penny Dragon Games, and they started their thingy I believe 40 minutes ago.
Awesome.
So guys, if anybody in chat can copy the message we just posted in the game or in the lead stream thingy, and we just spam it in the chat.
Before we go anywhere, they are also on episode 16.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Another reason to raid them.
How? Excuse me?
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
So yeah, guys, copy the message and spam it in chat, and then let me start off the raid.
And give them all the love.
Give them all the love
Yeah.
you got for us, for them, and yeah.
Awesome.
Stutter.
Well, yeah, we will we'll jump on over and say hello to them. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
let's do it.
Ready for
Right.
you if you are.
Yeah. So
Nice.
Nice.
goodbye, guys.
See you next week.
We'll see you on Friday.
Have a good
Goodbye.
night. Bye.